summer in the city. Fun and laughter on our summer holidays.
Summer sun, something's begun. But the summer nights.
In the summer in the city, in the summer in the city. Everybody has a summer holiday. Can't be like the night in the summer in the city. Summer in the city.
Summer fling, don't need a thing. But the summer night.
So we're going on a summer holiday. In the summer in the city. Summer in the city.
The summer.
Movies. Yeah, there we go. It's summer, and John has joined me from the Dewey Pod Monster.
I'm back.
All the way from which lake is the Dewey Pod Monster in?
Closest to Lake Erie, but
Oh,
on
that's
the Detroit side, not on the Ohio side. So
Now you're losing me with geography.
sorry. We don't like Ohio around here. That's all. So
Because we had Corey on last week from Iowa, which I misplaced on the map. So yeah, well.
you know what? People from Iowa misplace Iowa on the map, so that's excusable. So
They always say that Iowa is heaven, apparently, but yeah, yet to be proven.
I've only been there for a football game. I don't know much past that, and that was kind of enough for me. I mean, it's fine, but I don't remember a lot being there. So
Oh. I sound like I'm in the fish tank. Do I sound all right to you, or is that me?
sound good to me. Or is it me that sounds like I'm in a fish tank?
No, it's probably me. It's StreamYard has moved my mic. There we go. How's that? Changed. You happy now, Mike? But so yeah, what decade are we discussing here? All summer decades, all summer long.
Yeah, it seems pretty generic. So
Type of movies that you think it's summer, I gotta watch this, or I just watched this. I feel like it's summer now. Oh, and then
yeah, for me, a lot of these being seeing as I live in an area that gets a lot of snow, I can almost like correlate just not shitty weather with summer movie in a lot of cases. So
yeah, we get a week of sunshine, and then in June, and then that's our summer. But,
see, that sounds lovely. So
then we get rain for 6 weeks. But, Josh is here, Sean is here. Some absolute bangers there, yes. Quick sample of some of the stuff we're watching now. Uptown Summer in the City, back of my neck getting dirt and goody. I'm going to Indeed. You like hot, sticky summers. Not really.
I know hearing that song kind of made me want to put Die Hard 3 on. So
Every time I hear it, I don't expect an explosion, and then sound is still slightly on. All right. Let me go.
it's quite a bit louder now.
It's just defaulted to a different microphone again. Hang on.
Hmm?
No, it's not. Hang on. Let's unplug, replug. Let's do that, and then we can begin properly. I hope.
We do a lot of punching our equipment when it does shit like this. So
Does that work?
it makes us feel better, but it doesn't really fix anything.
Hang on. Oh, someone unplugged my USB by a fraction of a thing. Let's have a look. Oh, that's better. I haven't done anything yet. Oh, I have done something. I've moved the connection now. Fuck. Right. Let's just do a GR44 look and go with it. Tinny sound is because the attic is 99% VHS, but normally yes, but I'm not there.
It's a fair point.
So, what was your teenage summers like? What did you get up to?
Me, I was a pretty like boring kid. I used to ride my bike a lot. I was into like BMX bikes and stuff like that. But most of the time when I wasn't doing that, I was just kind of hiding in a basement and watching movies because I don't like the heat. I'm not really a big fan of like getting sunburn and all that type of stuff. And all the sports that I really like. I mean, I'm a baseball fan, but like the sports I really like are fall and winter sports. So yeah, summer is mostly a hide in the basement and wait for a better season. So.
Same here. Because, I can go to the beach in half an hour and then I'm bored because you're just sitting there looking out. But not that I get to look at what's in our background. So I need to change the background because to make it more British summer. So
That's not England behind you. Oh, okay.
there we go. No, that's better. That's
Hey.
a better summer.
That's better just year round. I don't care what season it is. So
That's a nice place. That is
Yeah.
just behind this wall, of course.
oh, of course. So
But yes, we're going to discuss summer movies because Michael hates the heat. Of course, Michael Myers is an autumn person, like everyone else.
I would expect nothing less. So
because yes, well, my summers, especially as a child, it was gaming on my Spectrum or watching the movies. Didn't venture out to anywhere really.
yeah, when I was a young kid, like preteen kid, I did a lot of like NES gaming and stuff. But it never, I don't know, there was a certain point where it just kind of lost me. And then I got back into it for a little bit. And then they started trying to make me do multiplayer stuff. And I never really got into games to be social. I kind of got into them for the opposite reason. So
Yes.
I fell off of them pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah, I play online shooting games, but I don't interact. I just have it muted so I don't get shouted out.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was one of the Halo games I was playing. I was like, all that's happening here is I'm dying and some kid in Asia is calling me the N-word and I'm not really having fun with this.
You loser. Go home.
Loser would be
Dr. Jones doll.
You want to call me a loser, that would be appreciated compared to what it was being called.
Nicer way of putting it. Yeah, I cleaned it up, of course.
Right.
I left out the racial slurs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another thing. Yeah, staying up late till 5 a.m. watching movies.
Yeah.
Now I can barely make it past 11 p.m. Yeah, if I'm watching movies past 11 p.m., I think,
you guys probably didn't. You guys probably didn't have like a Monster Vision or Up All Night in England, did you? So
no, we don't have none of those.
I had a lot of Saturday nights with Joe Bob Briggs and TBS's Up All Night. That's why I became such a big fan of Tremors, because they played it like every week, no matter what. So
yeah, we had similar things. We occasionally had a midnight movie. We had TV shows like Movie Drome that would show Terminator or something like that, late midnight showing, but we had nothing as classy as Joe Bob or Up All Night, because we have Rhonda Shear, and then she had the Scream Queens on her, Leona Quigley and Michelle Bauer and all that stuff, and then of course the Post
I'd watch
Girl.
that. You already had me sold. So
yeah, I'd have never slept if we had those, but yeah, very classy background. There we go. Is Halloween autumn or winter?
Autumn.
I'd say autumn. Yeah, it's just fall, isn't it? When the leaves are coming down. Yeah, very leafy, I suppose. Michael Myers is the expert, so we'll trust him. Usually rented 3 VHSs every Friday night and watched them till like 3 a.m. There's a summer.
Way to do it, man. So,
but yes, we are here to talk about films that are summerish and make it feel like summer. Because I was going to say Batman '89, but I know it was a big summer hit, but it doesn't feel like a summer movie to me.
No, I don't know that Tim Burton has a summer movie in him. Even his movies where he's like really bright and vibrant, like a Big Fish or one of those, it doesn't necessarily feel like summer. It's bright and loud, but I don't know about summery.
Yes, walking past the lifeguard at Whitley Bay, dealing with cases of hailstone injuries, not sunburn or jellyfish stings. Hailstones. UK beaches are even worse now. Because there's no boobs. We have to go all the way to the south of France if you want to see ladies with boobs out.
That's why we have the internet.
Yeah, for doing this, of course. Stop watching ladies being strip-teased. Yes, ITV used to have Friday Night Terror, whatever it's called. Then TV actually showed decent films. Yeah, now they don't get anything.
I don't even know what's on live TV anymore. I haven't had linear TV for... I turn it on for football season here, and then I turn it off. But I don't watch anything other than that on like live TV at all anymore.
Yeah, very wise. It's pointless now. It's just nothing. Reality shows and edited films is all we get.
I'm not necessarily against a reality show if it's stupid enough, but like I don't need these like dating competition shows or like these, who's the dickhead at the workplace shows or whatever, those types of things. Like it's you.
That's the new game show. Who's the dickhead at the workplace? It's It's me.
I mean,
Right.
that's a selling point. I would tune in for that. So at least an episode.
And then someone gets their boobs out at the end, and you got a winner.
Yeah. I've certainly seen worse. So
You haven't seen my boobs. There we go.
I mean, whatever you got to do. So
Yeah, let's get the views in. Show some skin. Yeah, mainstream UK TV is a joke. We've got 300 channels, and there's fuck all worth watching. But talking of stuff worth watching, let's go with your pick.
This is my quintessential summer movie. This is the movie to me that if you were to say it could only be one movie, this would be the movie I'd be talking about the whole time here. So
fine, we've only got another 50 to go after this, but you carry on.
Yeah,
but
well, yeah.
It does start on July 3rd and then go into Independence Day. Is it even mentioned Independence Day, or are they too busy fighting zombies to mention it?
They mention it at the very beginning because Bert invites them to his barbecue or something like that. So it's like a very, very short footnote in there, but it's obviously summer in there. Linnea is very sweaty and naked through the movie, which is great.
Yes.
And I don't care what season it is. I think you're hard pressed to find a more, not necessarily better, but a more entertaining start to finish film than what Return of the Living Dead throws out there. It's just a fun movie.
Yes, Linnea Quigley rubbing herself up against that guy fully naked, and he says, "Go away." What a is he mad?
You think this is a costume? Plus, you get Tom Matthews, you get Joanna Man, you get Clue Gallagher. You get a lot of fun people that are horror. I don't want to call them horror royalty, but they're definitely regulars that pop up all over the place. So it's a lot. It's one of those movies that's like, oh, I'm hanging out with my friends because they're in all the shit that I watch. So
a group of people that definitely would not spend any time together as company. I
Well,
don't think.
Maybe some of them. So
Well,
definitely not Gregory Peck. He would have got his ass kicked out of there. So,
but what about said sequel or remake or whatever bloody hell it is? Part 2.
I actually like that one. It's obviously not as good. I think it's weird that they recast Freddy and not Ernie. Ernie's the mortician. I
always call him Ernie. I can't remember his name.
I think it's weird that they requested like the two leads from it to play totally different characters. But for what the movie is, for a mid-'80s zombie movie that's like kind of stupid, it's fine. It's a hell of a lot better than 4 and 5. 3 is a whole different conversation. But it's fine. I mean, that one's fun. Yeah. That one's an interesting movie too, because that one goes like a whole, like that one throws out the comedy and just goes for like horny goth kids or something. I know there's some people that like absolutely love that movie. I'm kind of lukewarm on that one. And like I said, 4 and 5 are like just utter fucking garbage. And I'm real skeptical about the 2 that they have coming out like in the next year or 2. I don't.
Yeah, and then it? And then there's that Trash's Revenge.
So that's one of them, which supposedly, it's fan made, but it's got Linnea Quigley backing it, and supposedly she's in it. And
I'm not sure how that's going to work 40 something years later.
Well, she still pops up in a lot of movies. Like she still pops up. They're not always good. Like in fact, I can't think of the last movie that she's been in that I really. Let's be honest. I haven't put a movie on of hers because for any reason other than she's in it in a really long time. Like a new movie or one that I haven't seen. So there's that. But I don't know what story we're supposed. I mean, I guess that's why we watch the movie is they tell us what the story is.
That's how they're going to get you, isn't it, to watch it?
I don't really know where they're going to go with it. It's kind of like the Friday the 13th like TV show, which we'll probably get to later. Like I don't see the point to why we're doing this. So
spoilers,
right? So.
Bringing up the list before we even started of 9
and then
the 13 films we've got to get through yet.
Well, but then the Christmas one that they're doing, like in theory, I love the idea of a movie with the spirit of Return of the Living Dead, like fucking up Christmas. I love the idea.
Yes,
but when's the last time a movie picked up like 40 years after the original and actually paid off? So
we've got I know what you did last summer. This week. Which is not getting good reviews.
I didn't really like the original all that much, so I mean, they're all back there, but all three of them, but they're not great. So
Especially admitting to owning the third one.
it came in a box. I got
Oh, here we go.
it came in a box set, and I got the whole box set for $4. So
Exactly. Well, why not? Exactly. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say no if I got it cheap.
and that's pretty much the only reason why I have it. So
Right. Let's see what's next. Falling Down. If this doesn't make you feel summery,
oh, this is like America in a nutshell right now. So
yeah, it's as a young person back in the day when I saw this in the cinema, it was like, he's mad, he's gone crazy, and now I say he's got a point.
yeah, no, I've been pushing to get this on our show for a while now, and it just hasn't happened. It's kind of one of those movies that, I mean, we're all for alienating our audience and talking about something that we probably shouldn't. We do it pretty regular, but this one almost feels like it's going to hit a little too close to like reality at this point. So,
Exactly.
but I do really like this movie. I think Michael Douglas gets an amazing performance in this one. And as horrible as a lot of the movie is, like as far as what happens, it's got quite a few. Like I love when he fucks up the guys on the golf course. That's very entertaining to me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's way ahead of its time of what people
for
were
sure.
thinking. But yeah, Joel Schumacher, wasn't it?
Was
Yes.
that him?
Yeah,
Okay.
he directed this, which is when you think all he's known for these days is Batman and Robin.
Sure.
He did The Lost Boys. He did this. He did was it
He did
Flatline?
he was big in the 90s. He did a
Yeah.
ton of like, generic action movies
Was
that
it
came
Phone
out
Booth
around
as
then.
well, I think.
Oh, the Colin Farrell one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not memorable. So
Fine, carrying on, but yeah, Falling Down. I'm trying to see who's in the cast. Robert Duvall, of course.
that's right.
Barbara Hershey. Rachel. I can never pronounce the name. Tinkerkunin.
Oh, her.
Tuesday Weld. But yeah, and I think Dee Dee Pfeiffer isn't she the one in the serves in the burger?
Oh, she might be. I'm not sure. I haven't watched in a while. Oh, it's got Paul Cox in it too. It's got Raymond Barry in it.
Yes, of course, he's in everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched this in probably 15 years or so, but I really just need to like break down and buy a physical copy of it because I need to watch it again sooner than later. So
Yeah, I think I've only got it on VHS. So yeah, it's
I don't
been a
have
while
that one
since I've seen
at
it.
all,
It's-
which is
Because it's actually a fun film to watch because for spoilers, we won't go into it, but yeah, it's not got a happy ending as such.
no, but it is a pretty ridiculous movie, and I'm all for like ridiculous in whatever form it wants to bring itself to me. So
Yeah, there we go. So yes, I can read it. I just can't pronounce it. What do you say that is? Takotin?
Sure. Ticketon? I don't know.
I've never heard
I'm-
anyone actually say it. But
Yeah, I'm not the right guy to pronounce names. So,
Anthony's here. Welcome. But yeah, so Defense is his name and his license plate, and defense contractor that's let go.
yeah.
Of course, probably his best movie. Yes, he did have a
I would agree with that.
stringer.
So,
He had a good 90s.
that's definitely the one that when I think of Michael Douglas, that's the one that I go to first, though, without any hesitation. So,
exactly.
in fact, if I'm being honest, I probably blend Kirk Douglas in there too for the same.
Yes, good old Kirk.
Right.
He made it to 100 and something, didn't he? Just about.
Seemed like it. So,
Oh, it's the double feature podcast. Good evening. Great movie. Just rewatched this recently. Ah, there you go.
how's it hold up?
Yeah. What did you think? And was it your first time watch? Jurassic Park is might be coming up.
Yeah.
Right, but back to a lot of horror in yours. I went for random shit, but yeah. But
I mean, I go with what
horror
I
if it's
like,
not camping
so.
because we don't have camps where you send the children. Well, you do, but happy camps where you send children for 6 weeks of the summer.
We really don't anymore. There was one that just had like a big tragic like flooding that happened in Texas that apparently was a
Oh.
summer camp, like
Of course it was.
literally last week.
Yeah,
But I haven't heard of an actual summer camp since I was like 10. And that's probably because of movies like this. But I mean, to spoil this, like I put the entire Sleepaway Camp, like the first, not the entire, the first 3 movies on my list. So I don't know if we want to just knock them all out.
Oh
here.
yes, why not go for all three? You got
Um,
the one that's false advertising for starts, and then you got
yeah. Well, they all are to an extent, but
Well, yes.
I mean, the first one's, but to me, by far the best like movie out of them, just because the ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending if you haven't seen this movie. If you haven't seen it, just go. It's on Tubi, I'm sure. Go watch it like today. But
Oh yes.
as far as like when you think of like 1980s slasher movies, this is like one of the movies that's like at the top of that list for me. I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm just talking like I always think of horror movies as like video store horror movies and like big horror movies, like something I would have found walking up and down the aisles of the local video store, or something that I would have actually had a chance to see in the theater. And
Right.
this is like the pinnacle of the what, or one of those like apex movies of VHS like video store horror movies. I fell in love with the poster as a kid. I actually have it right there, so
Ooh,
it's by me all the
nice.
time. Yeah, I'm a big fan of there we are. So I'm a big fan of this whole franchise, but the first one in particular it's probably an all-around favorite of mine. So
Why not? What year was it? 83?
83. Yep.
Oh, cool.
So
I have got some guessing, but yeah. Then you got the second one, because the first two were called Nightmare Vacations in the UK.
Yep.
So there's, which
I do like that cover. I always like that cover. So
it's good, isn't it?
yeah,
I don't know how they got away with it, but yeah.
Copyright doesn't matter in different countries, apparently.
I guess not.
So,
I guess they thought no one from America would go over and see it in our shops.
yeah, they didn't know about this internet thing that we were going to get later. So
And now the what's it? Statute of limitations have gone. So that's it.
that too.
Oh, yep.
So the sequels are way more campy, no pun intended. But they're still fun for what they are. They're just like your typical murder by numbers like slasher movie, and it still feels like you're watching a summer horror movie, and that's kind of why I dig them. So
Yeah. Now, explain to me, how many sequels are there? There's definitely the three.
I believe there's 4, because I got the box
Yeah,
set that has the 4th one in it.
Yeah, the Return to
snuck it in.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yep. And they did like a real soft reboot in 2007 or 8, something like
Right.
that. And I haven't seen that, and I can't find that anywhere to purchase. So
I have heard it's almost impossible to get. I think it's back VHS, maybe if you're lucky.
I mean,
But
in
yeah.
fairness, I'm not looking that hard for it, but it hasn't popped up on my radar yet either.
Isn't there one that's about a caveman? Is that the 4th one?
I
Or
don't
was the
remember
4th one
that
the
being in
re-edited
there.
together one?
It might be that. So the 4th one's pretty sketch to me. I know the 3rd one's got the like super annoying fat kid that like is one of the most cheered deaths in horror.
Oh yes,
because
that's cinema.
so fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember a lot of the 4th one. Like I said, it was never supposed to actually get a physical release. If you got the survival kit DVD box set, which is the one that I grabbed, it looks like it got pulled because it actually looked like a first aid kit, and it came with like bandages and shit like that.
Nice.
And yeah, they pulled it because they thought people would be confused by it, you know. But they snuck it in, and like, you remember those old software like paper sleeves they used to give like internet trial? It's in one of those and just stuffed into like the Sleepaway 3 like case.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, that's a cool little bonus to have in there.
Well, yes, but probably
So-
a lot of those you can buy now that don't have that.
Yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
and that set's kind of hard to come by at this point anyway,
I
because
bet.
it was recalled. So
But Falling Down still holds up. Excellent news.
good to know.
Fans here, good evening. Have never really got the ending at all. Just weird. Yeah, it's it's just shock value, I'm guessing.
I'm Mr. Myers, I'm curious, did you watch that like as a younger
That's a good
person,
point.
or did you watch it as an adult? Like, did
I'm
you
not
know that there
sure.
was a surprise ending,
Came out in
or
the UK.
Hmm.
Watching the ending for the first time. See, everyone remembers the end. I think
Hmm.
I don't know if I knew about it because I wouldn't have watched. It would have been maybe early 2000s when I saw the trilogy or whatever for the first time. So
I know I saw it as a teenager, and I
DVD
know
or
I saw it
Blu-ray.
on VHS. So for me, like I had this, it predated the internet ruining things when I saw it, and I wonder how many people go into that movie now and kind of have an idea. They might not know exactly what the ending is, but they have an idea that the ending's like kind of shocking by 1983 standards.
Well, yes.
So, but I always appreciate that they show it. So
Well, yes. Hasn't been removed yet. He's met movie fans met Melissa at Comic Con, London Con. Yeah, she is great. She
She's
is
super
all about
cool.
the fans, and she's
Yeah.
still making films.
And she seems to really embrace the role of Angela, like to this
Yes.
day, which there's so many people who would not. So
Well, what about the girl from the second and third films or whatever it is?
yeah, I don't
Springsteen.
even know if she's still
Pamela
around.
Springsteen,
So,
isn't it?
yeah.
But everyone remembers Renee Estevez from the second film more than
Yeah.
I don't.
So
Um,
but yeah, she's definitely great. She is horror royalty in my opinion. So
Well, yeah, she's. I'm trying to think. She's doing.
she's in
Well,
Terrifier
she does a lot of
2.
small
she's in-
films these days, and she's in one I'm trying to think of. Bloody Summer Camp 2. She's back, even though she was
Okay.
killed in the first one.
Yeah, I haven't
Uh,
seen that. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those crowdfunding ones. It's pretty good. It's got
okay.
Goofy from Scary Movie in it, but he's playing a serious cop this time. Right.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's quite funny. Have you seen Marshmallow yet? That's come out recently. That's a camp.
No, it's in my it's on my queue to watch. I have it ready to go. I just haven't had a chance to put it on yet. So I
Yeah.
just picked it up like Tuesday, Wednesday this week, something like that,
Okay.
earlier this week.
It's nothing like a camp 80s camp slasher. So there you go.
Okay.
So be prepared for that. That's all I can
All right.
say. That's spoiling it. Yeah, they're not a fan of the sequels, but yeah.
I can see the sequels being an acquired taste. So
Oh, I'm a happy camper.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
definitely camp movies for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I don't understand how it went from Sleepaway Camp, which makes sense, to Nightmare Vacation, which is less of a UK sounding name than Sleepaway Camp. But yeah, I've never worked that one out. And then, of course, people got confused when it actually came out properly on, I think, with its original name on DVD.
I mean, that's what small movies do. They add too many titles and confuse people. So
There you go. Have you seen a box set with the red liquid swimming around in its cover?
yeah, that's the one I was talking about. So
There you go. Cool. Yeah,
Yep.
it's probably extortionate now, isn't
a little bit.
it? Yeah, we didn't know about the ending. You know, discovered it maybe 10 years ago. Would probably like it more if I'd have seen it young.
That's fair too. I can see that. So
Which, like all slashers of the 80s, they were cut in the UK even after they were cut by the MPAA in America. So yeah, but they did leave. I guess because it was a limp dick, they left it alone.
there's a lot of fro around that dick. So it's kind of
It's like
a lot of
a
roughage.
button on a
So-
fur coat.
Right.
The sequels are okay as long as you don't think about connecting them to the original. That is a good point. Yes, they are.
There's a lot of franchises you could say that about. So-
Exactly. We'll get into a few of those in a minute.
All right.
But welcome, Dead Punk. So there's Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't include Jaws 5 or Cruel Jaws. But,
I do.
well, apart
I
from-
do love Cruel Jaws with discount Hulk Hogan. So
He really is, isn't it? It's ridiculous. That's got to be on purpose.
oh, for sure. So
But apart from having awesome posters,
I mean, is there a more summer movie than Jaws?
well, I thought I was going to put Jaws, and I thought, yeah, well, 4 are in the summer, aren't they? Even though the fourth one is set at Christmas, Amityville, it does go to the Bahamas, which is very summery for some reason.
The fourth one, more so than Cruel Jaws, feels like the most okay to me. Like it's fine. There's more shark and whatnot. I'm not sure. The fourth one has the problem of like, why are you still getting in the water, you dumb fuck? Like I found because I just watched all of them recently, like in the last month or so, and I was like, you are like the last person that should be studying sharks on this planet.
Yeah.
But
Did you learn nothing from it being attacked as a child?
right.
And, in the sequel, seeing all those friends die, and then in the then in the third one, people started dying, and he still says, "No, carry on."
Right.
And then by the
But-
fourth one, he's still in the sea.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, we go back to the original. I mean, the original is arguably the best, like I said, the best summer movie. Period. Like if you had to say there's one like critically and every other thing, it does everything right. How do you criticize a movie like that?
Every time I watch, I think, oh, this is going to be 2 hours. I'm going to feel this, but then it's just like as soon as it's into the second half, when that boat leaves and it's going through the jaws, you're strapped in for the rest of it.
Now you want 2 hours that you're going to feel. The second movie is 2 hours that you'll feel, and it's almost a shame because, well, it's almost a shame because if they could have knocked a half hour off of that runtime, you'd have an amazing slasher movie on your hand. But it just keeps fucking going. So
it is great. I don't love when the helicopter gets taken down.
It's ridiculous, but it's fun. So
yes, it's like, yay, he's come to save us. Hold on, kids.
Right. Well, it's funny too. Like I wish I could remember how I felt the first time I saw Jaws too. But when I watched it this time, I was like, the second the helicopter lands on the water, I'm like, well, he's fucked. Like, I'm like, I wonder if it was that telegraphed when I watched it the first time, like however many years ago and whatnot. So, but it does have its moments that are definitely entertaining, and it does leave you also like the fourth one, like, why is Brody still fucking here? Like, I know why the actor is there, but I don't know why the character is there. So.
You can see it. Jaws is definitely the summer blockbuster. Yes, literally invented it, didn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. How did the mom in Sleepaway Camp not get an Oscar? Good
Fair
point,
question.
Hello there. I will have to check who did get nominated over her back in '83. Yeah, I know Jaws is pretty obscure, but people should check it out. Yeah, if you haven't seen Jaws, yes, do check it out. It is recommended. I watch all 4 Jaws movies when I'm on 4th of July vacation at the beach.
As you should. It's a good place to watch them.
And you have to watch them in a little screen about this big, in a thing that's about this big, that's portable TV for back in the day.
I guess you could put them on an iPad and just float around on a boat if you were feeling really...
All right, fine. Might lose the iPad in the sea. Cruel Jaws is the summariest of the one.
Fair statement. So...
Melissa had a photo up with a prosthetic member at one of the cons she attended.
Nice.
Gosh, it's double for that. It's because he's a marine biologist. There you go. He was fascinated.
Okay, George Costanza.
Double feature. Love Jaws. Okay. This is one we frequently watch throughout the summer. Exactly. Yes, as I say, summer blockbusters, except in the UK when it was released at Christmas. Thank you, David.
I mean, it is pretty. I mean, there is Santa Jaws you could watch if you really wanted to.
Yeah, hang on. Just read that second. I'll be right back.
Ian, you're absolutely right. You cannot match the original. The second one is a lot of fun stuff, but like you can't beat the chemistry between Quint and Brody and Hooper. All of them are just too good together.
Right. So, if you can still hear me, the blockbusters. Were you old enough to remember before internet booking of seats and you had to queue at the cinema to go in?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I actually prefer that, shockingly. So, but I mean, I also remember when going to the theater was fun and didn't cost me like half a paycheck. So
yes, that is true. See, 3D is the worst. You see, like I
kind of like 3D. Like
I like this. So I want to watch it in Anaglyph 3D because I got the 3D glasses. Yeah.
There you go. So this will come up again in the not too distant future, but I have a real soft spot for shitty 80s 3D. Like once we get to modern 3D where it's trying to look good, I could care less. But anything where they're basically taking something and just going like this through half the movie, I know it's a gimmick and I know it's cheesy and I know it's dumb, but it works for me, especially in horror movies. So
exactly. It's just sometimes you can't beat it. It's bad when the Jaws ripoff eventually reached the quality of actual Jaws sequels.
It's fair. So
yeah, I can't argue with that one.
There's more Jaws ripoffs coming up on this list too. So
Spoilers. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got Jaws 3, which is not at a beach but still in the water, and then this time it's personal.
Sure.
Have you
It
read-
does have the best tagline. I'll give it that.
It does. It's got that epic poster.
Yeah.
Because none of that happens in the film. Although I
No,
could say
not at all.
you could say that about all the posters, really, couldn't you? That one, technically, there's water skiers, but it would have been better
Yeah.
if one of them did get taken out.
I mean, it's always
That
better
should
when
have
it gets
happened.
taken
She
out.
does. The best bit of Jaws 2 is the woman on the boat. Oh, where's she gone? Oh, it's a shark attack. I'll just pour petrol on myself. That'll get rid of it.
Perfect.
But yes, there we go. There's too many. Flesh for Frankenstein in 3D is wonderfully camp and entertaining. You know.
Oh, I'm gonna add that to my watch list. I haven't seen that one. So
It does have the great power of Michael Caine exposition.
it's true.
The breath on that thing. But yeah, so blockbusters, yeah. 'Cause you're when this first Jaws came out, it was like people queued around the block and then didn't get into the showing, and some people waited 7 hours just to go in for a showing.
Didn't that stay in theaters for like something ridiculous, like 48 weeks or some insane run
was,
like
yeah, I think
that?
this-
Yeah.
Because there was no other way to see it. So yeah,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
want to see a film, it wasn't going to be on telly for 3 or 4 years. There was no other.
I don't even know.
physical
I
release.
mean, Jurassic Park might be the last movie I can think of that had a really long run like that, but I don't think it was anywhere close to
No.
like a year or more. So
No. Yeah, I had a 3D TV, and I think I watched one thing in 3D and gave up. I did have a 3D TV. I had the electric glasses that flickered, and I had all the 3D films and watched them. But yeah, most of them were terrible and wasn't worth it. But I was sad when it left because it did have a feature where it made it sort of 3D. So I did watch Jaws 3D in 3D, but not, if you get my meaning. Oh, Jaws 3 was his first Jaws movie. It does have Manimal in it, so there you go.
it's not the worst spot to start with the Jaws movie, honestly. So,
Yeah, if you work backwards in most of these franchises, you'll end up with one of the best.
right.
Well, we'll get to a franchise that might not happen. Right there. Here it is.
Oh, look at that. So this one's mine, my doing, all the next like 11 of them or so. So I'm a massive Friday the 13th fan. Like that's my franchise, is all the Friday the 13th stuff. Like that's
you.
my Halloween or my Nightmare. Like I'm a Jason guy. I like that these movies don't take themselves seriously. Like these movies are literally like, we're gonna get 8 to 16 kids somewhere and we're gonna kill them all, and that's basically all that's gonna happen, aside from some boobs and a bunch of swearing and casual drug use. It's kind of everything that I want in the summer.
Yep.
And obviously varying results depending on the film that you pick, but I can't think of a better franchise to just sit down and veg out and watch 12 movies in a row of. So,
No, I'm yeah, because you got 1, 2, yeah.
I didn't
3,
include
False
Jason
Advertising.
Goes to Hell, Freddy vs. Jason, or Jason X in the ones that I picked, because those are so like out there.
Not
I
so
love
much.
them. I love Jason X especially because anytime you shoot a maniacal slasher in space, it's usually pretty fun.
Yes.
But the first 8 and the reboot especially feel very like had those summer vibes for me.
Yeah. Even though I think most of these summer films that we are mentioning weren't actually ever filmed at summer.
Oh no, of course not, because they got to release in summer.
So yeah, most of them were spring, if not late winter films.
Right.
But yeah, you can't go wrong with some Jason if you want some. Because I guess, which ones does it rain in?
All of them. Rains in pretty much all of them, and
ends
he
up
hates
raining right at the
windows
end for the
in
final fight, usually, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
and he hates windows in all of them too. Like he's always throwing a fucker through a window. So, and yeah, they all have their high points. They all have their low points. Like there's, I would say with the exception of part 4, there's not one that you could call like a near perfect movie. I think 4 does I think 4 does just about everything right. I have super minimal like critiques about 4. Um, but the rest of them, like you could break them all down, but what's the point? You don't put a Jason movie on to like have fine cinema. You put a Jason movie on to have fun.
Yes,
So
exactly. And we got some. Josh didn't mind the remake. Yeah, it's got the tits. What more do you want?
I really actually, as far as the remakes go, I know they like crammed the first 4 movies into one
Yeah,
movie,
that is a bit weird.
but it is weird, but it's only weird if you know that's what they're doing. I think if
Well,
if you're
yes.
not someone who's going to nerd out about the Jason like story, I'm sure most people who like there's a ton of people that didn't even pick up on that. So
Yeah, it was interesting. You think I'm not sure about him holding the girl captive for the whole time, but yeah.
yeah, I don't really like the tunnel system either, but like there's things in that movie like the dock kill where he hits the chick in the head and her tits pop out of the water and stuff. Super entertaining. The
That's
opening
what
scene
we
is
wanted to
really
see.
killer.
They knew what we wanted, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's got annoying young adults and they get killed. Like I don't really need much else. So
They did go for the. None of these fuckers are likable. You will see them killed. Don't worry.
yeah, pretty much. So and I'm fine with that.
But we have important news. There's someone here that's only seen the first film out of the 12. What's your
The only
advice?
one without Jason really in it.
Spoilers.
Well, he is in it, but barely.
Oh, right. Okay. We'll go back to number 2 for a second because I got a question for you because you're
All
the
right.
expert here tonight. How is Jason in it?
How is he in it?
Yeah, because he died in the 50s, according to my version of the first film.
Because we needed to have 12 more movies. It's the best answer I can give.
Yeah,
So,
'cause I was trying to explain to someone the other day, and I couldn't. I thought, he saw his mum get killed, but even though he's been hiding in the woods for 20 years.
I always take the approach with movies that you almost have to have a certain level of yeah, fuck it, whatever, to be able to enjoy any movie. I mean that like you can take a documentary to an extent, and you almost have to have a level of yeah, fuck it, whatever, and just decide how much you want to go along with. And especially for this genre, let's not even talk about this franchise, this genre.
Yeah.
The more yeah, fuck it, let's just go along with it you decide to have, the more likely you are to have fun with these movies. Because once you start breaking down things like logic and whatnot, you're really just defeating the purpose of these films. So
You mean they're not all connected?
right, like I don't think telekinesis is really a thing, but it happens in part 7. I don't think I don't even know what the number is by the time we get to part 6, but for sake of argument, let's say 70-ish people have died at this campsite. I don't think renaming it Green Oaks Woods or whatever the hell they called it is going to make people forget that there was like, I don't know, 5 massacres on the property. Yeah, things like that. So it has a lot of things in it that it's like, yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah. It take 9
That's kinda
films
how I
for
go
the
with it.
FBI to get involved.
Right.
And on the timeline, that's like 40 years, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then all they do is like have someone eat his heart and turn him into a snake or some shit. So
But officially, he's a deadite.
yeah, which is also
Yep.
well, that's when you get into New Line shit, and it's you know, I do love the original Evil Dead films. Like the first 3 are some of my favorites. So there's part of me that would love to see Ash playing around in that universe. But at the same time, like I remember watching that. I think I saw that in a theater. I was like, why the fuck is that there? So
But yeah, oh look, yeah, certainly happy with Roy because yeah, there's one about whoever puts the mask on.
yeah, that's Roy.
That's
Good old
spoilers.
Roy. He's got a different mask though. So
Yeah, he's. I don't know if anyone noticed back in the day when they saw this in when was Part 5? 85 was it?
I think it was 87.
87.
Maybe it was 86. So, but I like this one because this one was directed by a pornographer. And once you know that, it becomes incredibly obvious that it was directed by a pornographer. um,
It's got some of the best
it's
hits in it.
it does. It has Suicide from Return of the Living Dead in it.
Yeah.
So that's good. He's only in it for like 2 seconds. And spoilers here, I think it's funny that this whole killing spree happens, and the one guy that he doesn't kill, the only person that survives Roy is the guy that set Roy off in the first place.
Yeah, that's
So-
the. You never even hit. It could have just been on the radio. Someone's killed the guy in the jail.
right. Yeah.
And
No, never. So
No, he just very well.
he's fine. Yeah. but-
Greg's here. Good evening, Greg. We're talking about if Jason. Yeah, because all of them shadows. Then it goes to masks. Sans mask. I wonder why there's no mask on that one.
Well, it's a different Jason. So he had to get a new mask.
Carrie versus Jason.
That's probably my least favorite of the whole franchise.
That's the one that was butchered the most, wasn't it, by the MPAA? And then,
Yeah. Well, so that's the first one with Kane Hodder, which is the most popular Jason. I don't agree with that statement, but I'm a Ted White guy. Sorry. That's the first one with Kane Hodder, and he's fine. Like, I have no real complaint about him. I just don't think he's as good as several other Jasons. And that's the one that's the most like, where the fuck are they going with this? Because of the telekinesis stuff. And I'm not saying that it has to be grounded in reality, because this is zombie Jason at this point. He's been reanimated from the dead. But I kind of like my Jason where Jason is the one with all the weird things happening and everyone else is just a human. So
yeah. Because let's make Carrie fight Jason. You think, yeah, but how is she going to fight? I know she can just throw stuff at him mentally, but still, it's not going
Right.
to do anything.
So
Fucking
does have a really
time.
cool scene where he hits the dude with the axe and then throws him through the TV. That's pretty awesome. So,
Yes. That's a good point. Right. So then we get on to a comedy, as everyone's already seen it. Summer Rental with John Candy in his first starring role.
yeah, I don't think I've seen this. My wife was trying to convince me today that I have. Because I do like John Candy, and she kept telling me about him. Like, she basically described it as another movie on this list, but with daughters instead of sons, or maybe I'm flipping it. And I'm like, this is not ringing a bell to me. So,
Oh, there you go. Yes, not the right cover. There's the British VHS has got a disturbing cover, so that's why I didn't choose it. I just went with
where's
cinema
that one?
covers.
I like disturbing covers. So
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's a film of two halves. John Candy goes on holiday with his family and gets into shenanigans in the summer rental, and then the second half is we got to beat this guy in a boat race, the bad rich man.
okay,
yeah.
so I could see where her
What did she
spoilers,
describe?
her comparison with yes. I was like, okay, I see where you're coming from now, but I don't know. I guess I like comedies, but I guess I didn't follow. I never came across this one. So
Well, it does have a limited release. Seems to be worldwide. It never even got released in the UK properly on the
Okay.
cinema. I don't think it's had a limited DVD release. I don't think it's available on Blu-ray here yet, or it's just been released this year. Maybe I forget, but yeah, it's a lost one basically.
okay,
But
it's kind of a bummer. You would have think they would have done something with it with
yeah,
John Candy
it
in
didn't
there.
bomb or anything. It did quite well.
And apparently it's got Rip Torn in it, and he's always a
Got Rip
delight.
Torn,
so-
yeah, as a pirate captain.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's perfect. So. And you got Richard Hurt in here. He's a guy. So
Oh, there you go. Let's move us out of the way. There's the British cover for you.
okay, I like that cover more. That's way better.
That's Richard Crenna in the background from First Blood.
That is, yeah, that I would have rented that movie for sure. So it's
But
got
yeah,
tits,
the
it's got a
Americans got the
fat
other-
guy, it's got a dog without a body. It's perfect. So
Yeah. But yeah, this is the American poster. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in for Nightmare.
America really dropped the ball on the poster on that one. So
Nah. But great. So he hasn't seen this one, so we can't talk about that. Okay.
you can.
It's not exactly hilarious, but have you seen The Great Outdoors?
Yes.
Right. It is that level. So it's not like laugh out loud
Same
every
vein.
5 seconds. It's just entertaining as it goes and shenanigans and things going wrong. But then we're back in slasher country.
I have a tell, maybe. So yeah, we get to summer camp where Tom Savini went when he didn't want to do another Friday the 13th movie for a couple years, and I don't know. There's a lot of like rumors out there that this was supposed to be a Friday the 13th movie and that somehow it changed to The Burning or what. I don't care. It's a fun movie. It's got George Costanza, pre-George Costanza with hair, which is weird. There's not enough one-off slasher movies out there that are actually good, and this is one of the better ones.
That is true. There we go. So it was a terrible poster for the.
It's a good one too.
But yes, music by Rick Wakeman.
I don't remember the music as anything specifically that sticks out, but it's fine. So
yeah, yes. I don't know if you have Mills and Boone in the US, but yeah, they're romantic, small romantic novels for the ladies, and they have the dramatic picture like the two people kissing like that.
Yeah.
Favorites there. Burning Great Slasher, favorite slasher, bloody great film. I think it did end up on the Video Nasty list just because of the canoe scene.
I wish we had a blacklist like a Video Nasty list. It's such a like easy tool to be like, well, that's what I got to watch. So
well, that's the trouble. There's many levels to it of what was cancelled, plus at least 50% of the films were absolute trash anyway, so they're not worth watching. But then as soon as you say Video Nasty, people want to watch them.
It's a good name for it. Like it almost, if I were making a horror movie, I would almost want that label on my film just because I know it's instantly gonna, like, whether it's good or not, it's gonna connect with the audience that I'm looking for. So
and it's got the TNA as we'd expect from a camp.
Who doesn't want that? So
Josh, apparently, what the hell is this? Ian's seen it, but Josh hasn't.
Yeah, highly recommend.
All reversal now. Yes, it was pretty graphic.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The raft scene, especially. So
yes, just goes. You don't expect any of that. You say, "Oh, maybe someone will get pushed in the river." Yeah, the nasty list was basically my shopping list as a teen because a lot of it because we large stuff like this one's released by Vipco, so they released a lot of the Video Nasties in the 90s, but they were still cut because I think it says in small print there. This movie is cut, so it's not the full version, but it's not.
Do you guys still have a hard time being full versions of shit like that, or is that something that's basically just gone?
No, no, not anymore. It's just it goes. Animal cruelty is the only stuff that's now because we don't get the Abyss in 4K because of the rat scene.
I mean, for the most part, I'm okay with that. Like,
it's not like it's the most important bit, but yeah, people do like it. I like The Burning more than the Friday the 13th films.
Know a lot of people that say that, and I can understand that.
Yeah,
so.
Mike loves The Burning. Call a movie Video Nasty is a good way to tell your movie. Yeah, that's the thing. You say, and the sick film, it's going to be a hit.
It's kind of like
the object of trying to ban it.
It's kind of like what happens with the Terrifier movies now when he keeps making them not rated to like get past the MPAA. All of a sudden, I don't even really know if I like those movies. I've watched all of them now. I'm still on the fence of if I actually like them or not.
Same here. I've seen the first two, and I thought they're all right for a while, but then I don't know if I could be bothered with the third one.
I actually kind of like the third one because of the Christmas theme. Like for whatever reason, a Christmas horror movie really works for me. I think it's because I just get tired of the Christmas season. But as a whole, the franchise, I'm just kind of on it. Like I can take it or leave it. But the fact that he keeps making them non-rated and skipping that, all right, well, now I'm more interested in seeing just to see what you put in this fucking movie. So
yeah, I don't understand how what's unrated. Does it just means
that they didn't even submit it to the rating board, so they can do pretty much whatever they want.
I guess but it can be shown in cinemas and released on media. He just has to say it's not
Apparently.
rated.
Yeah.
You think, why did they bother doing that for all these films back in the day?
I don't know if it's
What's
different then
changed?
from now. I mean, the only old movie that comes to mind like that is Dawn of the Dead. The original was like that. I don't know why more
Maybe
people
it's the
didn't do that,
financing
so,
or something that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Or something.
I don't know.
You want to get your money.
Terrifier has Lauren Lavera too, which is another good reason to watch anything that she's in. So
Oh, see, Mike says they're overrated.
I don't disagree.
Josh is going to watch the Burning on Prime tomorrow. Yes, it was because it's Madman. I think was based on a true story of Cropsey, and
Yeah,
then the Burning was
well-
going to follow that story. Well,
It's like an urban legend. So,
urban legend. Yes,
Yeah.
a true story in the same way. What is it? Return of the Living Dead is a true story,
Right.
whatever it was.
right.
But yeah. But yeah, then they had to change a lot of the Burning because there was two films with a similar story. Yeah, Terrifiers are okay. They don't have quite some of the charm of the older films. There you go.
I would agree with that too. So
Don't Go in the House was another nasty, or ironically also known as The Burning.
I'm
Nice.
thinking of Don't Open the Door, which I
This
just
is the
like
thing.
because
How many don't films are there?
yeah. I always think of Don't Open the Door because I love the poster for it. But the movie itself is pretty fucking terrible. So
Yeah. So yeah, Real Cropsey is nothing to do with either film, and it's just a New Jersey urban legend.
Yeah.
Right, because I've no idea what's coming up next, so I didn't bother putting my list up. So let's have a look. Stand By Me. That's
Stephen King.
a summer movie. Although I wouldn't. Well, it makes it feel like summer.
Yeah, I like this one. I haven't watched this since I was a kid, but I remember
Probably
liking
for a long
it.
time, but
Yeah, I remember liking it, and then it just kind of was like it fell into that pile of like I like this, and I don't go back to it very often.
yeah.
And Jerry
But yeah.
O'Connell's a tool. I don't care.
Yes.
He peaked at Joe's apartment, and then it's been nothing good since then.
Well, yeah, it's got an odd career, isn't it? Because like
Lot
you
of
track
TV
it in
stuff.
this, Sliders was sort of a hit, did a few seasons, and then when did he turn up? Scream 2.
That's right, he wasn't that. But that was
Then-
like I said, Joe's apartment was his big
That was a big
adult film break,
Yeah.
supposedly.
adult film, yeah, mature.
Right. Non-children's movie.
Yes.
Or non-movie where he's a child, I guess.
But then he's in Piranha 3D as the.
That movie's I almost put that on my list today, but
I'm thinking about it now. It's a very summer movie because it's
Oh,
spring break though, isn't it? So when is spring break always?
they
looks
go
like it's
together
summer.
to me.
They do.
I got one on my list that's a spring break movie, so I mean it kind of goes together for me.
There
So,
you go. Oh,
like I said,
Stand By
we
Me
have
is-
winter here, so if there's sun and beaches, it's a summer movie. So
That is true. You might be in a jumper on the beach, but yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
There are about 4 or 5 don't movies on the nasties list. Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
sounds
One of your
about right.
favorites from King. Excellent. Despite Corey Feldman, all this, you can't even ruin that one.
I don't even know how I feel about Corey Feldman. Like young Corey Feldman, I want to hate him, but I can think of 3 movies off the top of my head that he's really good in.
Well, exactly.
One of which we've already talked about.
Yeah. About 4
And then-
Gremlins and
Oh, I was going to say Lost Boys.
this
but,
Lost Boys, Burbs.
Yep. But now it's like he's got his Angels thing going, and I've heard him talk, and it's just all fucking weird.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, yeah. It's not been kind, does it, time?
no, not necessarily. I think it's the Michael Jackson effect. So
I don't like Stand By Me as much as everyone else. It's an odd film. It's not like it's a nice seeing all the friends together, but then it's very bittersweet at the end because spoilers, one of them gets killed and off screen, and then it's like he says, you never have the same type of friends at 11 years old, but then who does or whatever it is. But yeah.
my hot take is I'm not a big Stephen King fan in general. Just as a blanket statement, there's some that like, and again, there's one that's on this list that's coming up here later. There's some that like kind of go past it, but I hate his books, and his books that are turned into movies are like the most hit and miss thing in the world to me. So,
Yeah, his books for me are just filler.
it's too much. It's homework, and I don't like
It
that.
is. It's like, this is a character. Here's
Yeah.
let's go back to when he was born and go through his life. And you think, Jesus Christ, that's not the story I want. You know,
I remember as a kid, I tried to read The Shining because I love the movie, and I know now how different they are, but that's how I started with it. And I was like, why is this fucker still talking about the goddamn carpet? Like, move on, man. like six chapters about fucking carpet, and then he comes back to the carpet again later in the book. I'm like, oh my god. So
Yeah,
I
films do not mention anything like this, do they?
right. No, they show it in that film at least, but like it's just he's too homeworky for me as an author. So
Yeah,
I can't do it.
every time I read, what's the last one I read? The one where the time traveler goes back to the Kennedy assassination. I think I read because he goes back to live in the past. Then he has to wait 3 years for the assassination to happen so he can stop it. And then the middle book, a part of the book, is just what he's doing in this time. So
I was gonna say, what do you do for 3 years? You just take a nap?
Yeah, and then I got to this part. And I'm going to skip this. So I just jumped ahead to the chapter. So I didn't miss that. I think there it is. 11/11/63. And of course, they skipped over that bit in the TV show they made of it as well.
I got to think, if I was time traveling and going back to do something very specific like that, I'd give myself like a week buffer to figure shit out. So seems like enough. I don't think you need 3 years. So
yeah, Running Man, of course, was one of his. But yeah, I haven't seen the new trailer. I tend to avoid trailers these days.
I'm the same. I love the original, the Schwarzenegger one.
Yeah, the Schwarzenegger one's fun.
And I couldn't tell you how many times we've seen the Running Man ripped off that has done it both better and worse. So I don't really feel the need for another Running Man, but
which is
I'll probably watch it.
More book accurate. But
Sure.
Yes. Okay. It's
Hey, there he is.
horror one. Okay, so Silver Bullet.
More Stephen King. So I love this movie for Gary Busey.
Red.
He's so drunkle in this movie. It's another one that takes place around the 4th of July, which is fine. It's another one with one of the Coreys, the other Corey though.
Oh yes, of course, I forgot about that. Yes.
I love the fact that this kid's like riding up and down the street in traffic on his fucking wheelchair. Like, what? Is this guy trying to keep him in a wheelchair, or what's he trying to do? And quite frankly, I love the shitty look of the werewolf. Like, he does not look good.
They did have a problem with the werewolf look.
But it's got that like small budget, like kind of charm to it that movies of this era had, that was like, all right, you're telling the story well. You get to fight a priest. That's always entertaining. For an hour and a half werewolf movie, I can think of a hell of a lot worse, and it does feel summery to me.
Yeah.
So
He always calls me that.
yeah, this one's not campy necessarily, but I don't know. I think it's just, there's a lot of shitty werewolf movies out there, and this one's definitely in the upper half as far as werewolf movies.
But yes,
go.
like Ian says there, it's he's not seen the film, but he likes the graphic novel Cycle of the Werewolf, which it's based on, it's split over a year, and it's it's not even to do with the kid in it, because it's like this film, it's narrated by the daughter or the sister,
which I don't really understand. That
I don't. I've never understood. Every time I watch that, why is she telling this? She's not
It
involved
feels like
in 90% of what happens.
It feels like Corey should be the narrator in it. She could be there, but
Yeah.
it really feels like he should be the one narrating the story.
But yeah, it's just weird how they did that. And then she talks about her brother. Did you think, oh, does he die? Is there something wrong with him? And no,
Right.
it's fine.
I do like the drunkle werewolf fight at the end too, when they get to throw Gary Busey around the house. That's pretty entertaining.
Barely injured him by throwing him around. So yeah, that's
fine.
Real blood at the end.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. Throw his ass into a wall, whatever. So
Should have made Busey the werewolf. That would have been a good twist, I think.
I think that's why people like. I would really be curious how many people go into this movie thinking that Busey is the werewolf, because it sounds like it should be. But I mean, we could get a Gary Busey movie now where he's a werewolf. I'd watch it. So
he's been a gingerbread man, so why not?
Sure, he's done that 3-4 times, something like that. So
there you go. And we're doing well with double feature podcast, approving of all our choices so far. So let's see
Right on.
what's next. It's one of mine, I think. Summer School. Here we go. Mark Harmon before he was in NCIS.
So this is another one I'm not familiar with.
What? Off our channel as you're streaming to yours as well.
Well, it looks like something. It's got a dog. It's got Hawaiian shirts, and it's got sunglasses. What else do you need?
Yes. It's another Carl Reiner film because he did Summer School.
Okay.
So basically, it's about kids in school over the summer.
Sounds about right. I'm assuming shenanigans happen.
Shenanigans happen. There's the mixed bunch of music by Danny Elfman. But yeah, it's a mixed bunch of kids. Kirstie Alley's in it as a love interest. But yeah, basically, Mark Harmon gets roped into doing summer school. I think he's the sports teacher, but then he has to do an English class. And then all the kids.
Sounds about right for summer education. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Rob Reiner and Carl Reiner. Dad and son, I believe, or was it? I think
so, but I don't know for sure. So
okay. They love this one too, but Silver Bullet is a favorite. They go.
I would probably reach for Silver Bullet before I would reach for Summer School. I'm not going to lie.
But yeah, there is a lot of a big reference to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 in this film. There's two guys. One of them's from Ski School. I forget his name, the actor. But yeah, they're two horror fans, and they do the makeup special effects. So they play lots of tricks on people by doing gore effects and stuff like that. And then, fine. Yeah, see, it's okay at best, apparently. But
I always take shit for my TCM take because I think 2 is a better movie than part 1. But
the canon film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it, because the two horror kids, and then there's the sexy French or foreign student, and then there's also, it's not like hilarious, like Great Outdoors and Summer Rental is just fun. It's set in the LA and it's on the beach and stuff. You know, remember having fun with it. Yeah, depends how back. That's it. Dean Cameron, who was in Men at Work and Miracle Beach. Yes, the pizza delivery guy from Men at Work, and he's in a ton of other comedies back in the day.
I do like easy watching comedies like this, so I do probably need to go ahead and fucking sit down and put this one on. So
it's probably less than 90 minutes of your time, and it's only PG-13 though.
Well, it happens.
Right. Fine. Okay. Next. I only saw this one for the first time last week.
Yeah, so this one I actually only saw it. We covered this one in March as part of our Crummy Movie March marathon. So same director as another movie on this list, but basically this is a movie about a baboon that bites a dude and shit goes south. And it takes place in Florida, so it feels summery, and it's just ridiculous from start to finish, and that's why I love it. It actually takes place at Halloween, because there is a scene where they're at a Halloween party, and it's like the most elaborate Halloween party that ever has happened.
Weird how the budget went.
Yeah, it's like the entire budget went into this party, which I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah.
It also uses the same band that's in the other movie that we'll talk about at some point here. Because whatever. The what's the director's name? He did that fucking Last Shark movie. What's his fucking? I can't.
I did expect more people to get infected in this than was it 2?
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Umberto Lenzi is he's not the director, he's one of the writers on this, but it's rumored, because this movie came out around the same time as Nightmare Beach, which, spoiler, is the other one we'll get to. It's rumored that he took these 2 films just to have an excuse to go to Florida for a little bit, and he didn't finish directing either of them, because he's only credited, if you watch the movie, he pops up as a director in the credits.
Right.
But if you look at any of the like actual print on it, he's only listed as a writer or a producer or something like that. So, yeah, and he's only got 3 movies. It's this, Nightmare Beach, and The Last Shark are the only movies of his I ever think of, or The Italian Jaws, whatever you want to call it. But they're all kind of like ridiculous, like alcohol fueled, like schlock movies, and I'm all for it. So,
well, yeah, it was very entertaining. You know, I was expecting a lot more people infected, I guess, it's low budget, so they couldn't do that with the makeup and stuff. But yeah, it's got
I
some
do
gross
think
out effects.
the Stretch Armstrong monkey they kill at the beginning is kind of funny. So, so just because it's so obviously like a hunk of rubber with like a monkey face drawn on it. So
The 80s didn't like baboons with like the Fly and then
yeah,
everyone else.
sure. So
They were expendables back then. But yeah, it was great fun. Was it 87? Did it come out?
87, 86, 80, 88. I'm looking
88.
at
Okay.
88. So, but yeah,
One year off.
it's a fun one. So,
Well, yeah, no different from any other director filming in Hawaii.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
This would look.
I don't
good they
blame you if
filmed in
you can.
Hawaii.
If you can get it, take it, man.
Yeah.
So,
Then we also get Vacation.
it's a classic. I mean,
What
You don't
family
get
hasn't
more-
been on Vacation and hated it.
yeah, pretty much. So,
But then 40 years later, remember that was fun.
do you like the series as a whole, or are you like specific, like hit and miss? on
I do
it?
like the whole lot, but all four
Okay.
I will watch at any time.
Do you like the remake, the one with?
I didn't mind it.
the
I have seen
Hangover
it a
guy?
few times and I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's pretty much how I feel with it. This one's like a firm second in the series to me because I
Christmas?
love the Christmas. Christmas is my
Yeah.
the Christmas one is my favorite Christmas movie outside of a horror movie. So
Yeah.
I have a real soft spot for that one. This one does a lot of the things I like in the others. I just like the setting for Christmas, and I like having the break from Christmas monotony while still feeling festive.
Yeah.
But this has Chevy's dry like shittiness to it. It kind of make like knowing what a dipshit he is now. You look back at it and you like kind of really realize it. Along with several of his other movies, but yeah, I mean, this is a fun movie just from start to finish.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, Vacation. It's a fun time. Yeah, it's another one. It's probably funnier than the other films we've had on the list so far. But
I
what's
mean,
this one?
Vacation, Primal Rage, what's the difference?
Yeah,
So
fucking same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that poster definitely sells it. But
it
I'm
is a
not
pretty great poster. I do like the yoked out Chevy Chase. So
sure- yes, and the toned up ladies
yeah, for
because his
sure.
daughter looks nothing. Even the face is not right. But I guess yeah, because the other one looks just more like Christian Brinkley than his wife.
Whatever, it works. It sells. So back when National Lampoons was actually something like, oh, this might be good. As
Yeah,
opposed to
you think,
now
oh, I'll
where
watch
it's like,
this.
oh
Now
god.
it's
So-
fucking watching this. If it's a-
Yeah. I don't even know. It's probably been 30 years since I've seen National Lampoon on a movie, and it's actually turned out okay.
Yes,
So,
I'm trying to think which one. There are some way back when. I think isn't Van Wilder. I think that's a
yeah, but
that's
I didn't like that one. So.
okay. Doesn't it? Yeah, you'd
I'm
hate the
thinking-
sequel then.
Wasn't PCU a National Lampoon movie, which was like okay, but like Animal House for the 90s?
Yeah, it was Adam House for the 90s where PC has taken over and people are
Yeah.
canceling people and stuff like
Has
that.
Jeremy Piven in it, which does not help it. So
You don't like Mr. Piven or you don't like the actor Mr. Piven.
both. But it does have what's his face? Iron Man director.
Oh, John Favreau.
Yeah, he's in it, which that's
Ah.
a selling point, so it kind of balances out. So
Fine. Is it a horror next? Can you guess?
probably. Hey, look at that. We were just talking about this guy.
You now, I can never remember which one's Nightmare Beach. Is this the one with John Saxon?
Yes. So
Because I always
John
confuse
Saxon.
Blood Beach and Nightmare Beach.
So Blood Beach is another good one. Also a lot of fun. I like Nightmare Beach more because it's just again definitive 80s camp.
It is.
Um,
Is it the one with electrocuting people on the bike?
yeah, except for when he gets bored with that and like burns a couple people or whatever. But most part, yeah, it's the
It's
biker gang, the spring break, the Go Gators guy, a lot of boobs, a lot of wet t-shirt contests. Like this
I'll be
is
back in
summer.
90 minutes.
Right. It's ridiculous, but it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
It's what you expect from an Italian making a horror film on a beach in America.
and it's got a great cover. So
It has, yes.
Yeah.
Money well spent. Saxon was in Blood Beach, unless he's in both.
he's
he in-
he's definitely in Nightmare Beach because he plays a cop that's they tell you he's into bondage for like 2 seconds, but they just throw it in there, then never go back to it for some reason. So, like they break into his trailer and he's got like a bunch of strap-ons and like leather and whips and stuff, and they pull it out of his like cupboard. They're like, "Oh, look at this," and then they just move on. So,
Moving, I guess we cut out the rest to maybe
Yeah.
time. So he likes Blood Beach. Now, what happens in Blood Beach?
if I'm remembering right, isn't that the one where they like pull people into the sand and kill
That's
them
the
off
one
that
I'm
way?
thinking of, when the woman's
Yeah.
half out of the sand going,
Yeah,
help
yeah,
me
yeah.
on the cover.
Yeah, very good movie too, but I like this one a bit more just because it's just a stupid slasher. So
I didn't put Corvette Summer. I did because I
I
haven't
did not
seen
either.
it
So
for a while. I've only put stuff on that I
don't-
do know quite well. So
yeah, I don't think I've seen Corvette Summer either.
I think is it a 70s one with Mark Hamill? I can't remember now.
Oh geez, that sounds
There
scary.
you go. There's the Great Outdoors. Ba ba ba
Yeah.
boom.
Was it introduce Mr. Thick Dick to Mr. Urinal Cake or whatever? My father-in-law says that to me every time he takes a piss in public. So
Nice.
mixed
Only
feelings
50 people
about
get
it,
the
but
joke.
yeah. So
Right,
yeah, I mean
so-
this is like what is this 80s or 90s like comedy movie? There's
Yeah,
nothing
it is,
wrong
yeah,
with
it's
it. So,
88.
yeah, something like that. It's kind of a good like just put it on and have something on for the sake of having something on.
Yeah,
type
I think
movie.
I don't think it's even 80 something minutes. So yeah, you're not going
Yeah, it's
wrong with it.
yeah, but it's got some John Candy getting
Yeah,
into
John
shit,
Candy and Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd being a dick.
Yeah. Because yeah, that's the the original poster, and then probably your DVD has got the bear holding John Candy up. So they removed. The
I don't own this one, but probably that sounds
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah. Big bear chase me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly great for John Candy because, like you say, Dan Aykroyd's just being a dick for most of it.
well, that's what he's supposed to be in this one. I kind of have mixed feelings about Dan Aykroyd as a whole, but he serves his purpose in this. He's fine. So
Yeah, it should have been better, but yeah, it was. As a low budget comedy of the 80s, you can't go wrong for 80 minutes. It's written by John Hughes.
that's the part that kind of surprises me. I feel
Yeah,
like
'cause he did, what is it? Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck around this time.
well, he's just such a good writer of character. And they're not necessarily bad in this movie, but if you think about it from a John Hughes lens, it feels like there could have been so much more.
I think he was busy with other stuff at the time, which is probably why.
Always the best way to go into a project.
But yeah, then by the 90s, he was doing stuff like Flubber and was it 101 Dalmatians and stuff like that. I think by then he went to
Hey,
Disney and
Get
then
the money, man. So
had to change his name because he fell out with the studio and some stuff as well, and yeah, didn't have a good time.
well,
But-
get the money while you can, and then
Yeah.
go make great outdoors in your weekend. So
Yeah, what's it? He did write films like Home Alone or something in a week or something, about 3 weeks or 3 days.
something like that. Yeah. I always think of when I think of him, my mind always goes to Ferris Bueller, but that's
Ferris
not
Bueller,
the
yeah.
type of movie.
I
So,
always think of mid-80s, Pretty in Pink and all that, but yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's abort. Now for the worst film ever.
this is not. This is
Which
the best
cut are we
vanity.
talking about?
This is the best vanity project in the history of vanity projects.
Shimmy
is
fucking
the-
slide.
Whoever said it earlier, like it's a damn shame that John Hart didn't get a fucking Oscar win for this movie because
Which year would it
you-
be? Because
oh shit, 80 something, I'm sure. This movie is just chef's kiss. I love this fucking movie. It's so ridiculous. The music is dumb, especially when he's the one singing it.
yes,
I love that they wrote as many sex scenes as they could into it because it's a John Hart vanity project. And then they mix them with this like schlubby, like real life lawyer kicking the shit out of like random people. It's amazing. And I wish that the Blu-ray was not like $300 right
yes,
now.
it's fucking extortion.
goddamn
if you can
vinegar
find it.
syndrome. So,
Yeah, it was a short release and the special
Yeah.
edition. I guess. Well, even the what was the original version called?
oh geez, there's like a 4
It's got
different
about
titles.
4 different
for it.
names, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
We cannot. I cannot
Champagne and-
recommend it to anyone, but yeah.
I recommend it to everyone. I love this movie. So
Yeah. 'cause
I feel like if you can find this movie, you should watch it. Like you should
you will
leave this chat and go watch this.
Yes, fuck this shit. Go and watch this film. And then you come back and say, "We're sorry, Gareth. We should have watched you." Right. It's
Road
got
to
Wings
Revenge.
Hauser
Let's see.
and William Smith in it, so it's got all the talents. That's it.
Road
Get
to
Even
Revenge
is what it is.
and Get
Yeah.
Even. Yeah,
Get Even. There's 3 cuts.
yeah.
I think-
They're all fucking stupid. One of them's got like less sex in it. One of them's got more violence in it, and I think Champagne and Bullets is like got both of them in
Yes,
it.
I
So-
believe that is exactly it.
and I don't remember which one has less of what. I think again,
I think you're
Champagne
yeah,
and Bullets is like a perfect title to begin with. So
it is. Yeah, the Champagne and Bullets. It does have both.
Yeah.
Or Champagne, I think it has.
I mean, if you can't find this movie to watch, get on YouTube and write up or look up the Shimmy Shimmy Slide and just watch
Yeah,
John Hart
it's- yeah.
sing it, and you'll
He
get a
does
good
do
idea of
Shakespeare
what's
and recite
this
Shakespeare
movie
as well.
is. Yeah, he does. Yes, that's right. Yes, this movie, like I said, should have gotten all the Oscars. It's 93.
The Demon Worshippers.
got
It
that
does
too.
make that woman look a lot better in that picture.
She doesn't look terrible in the movie, but yeah, she looks better in the picture. So, but so does he. He looks
Oh
like
yeah, he's
he's
not
an
like that.
actual. So he's an actual lawyer. Like he's
Yeah,
got
he's a
like
lawyer
a
now.
law
He's a good
firm
one.
in. I think he's in L.A. or something like that. But I don't know what kind of lawyer he is, but I kind of want to hire him for something just because, so I can talk to him about this fucking movie.
Well, exactly.
So-
I think because what was it? Back in the day, David Heavener. I interviewed David Heavener with Al, who's a big fan of
Okay.
it. He's the one that got me to watch this, but we never. And he might be distantly related to John D. Hart at some point. But yeah,
the
Oh,
man,
look, that's
just Mount Rushmore of amazingness.
Shimmy Slides. Give me Shimmy Job, I think I've seen it. Yeah, you probably had.
You don't forget this movie.
about it. Yeah, this one sounds like this is perfect for you, Josh. Josh likes Double Dragon, so yeah.
There's another one for you on this list too, then that
Oh,
we haven't
yes.
got to yet. So
Yeah, good luck trying to find it, but there are ways to find it. If you really
that's how I have
want.
my copy. So
I'll tell you how I got it because like you said, it's like hundreds of dollars just to buy
yeah,
it. And
it's ridiculous.
Very rare. And
Yeah.
it's I think VHS. There's only an American VHS of Get Even, I think, back in the day, and that's extortionate.
Yeah, that's even worse. But yeah, even the Vinegar Syndrome one came out like a year or two ago. And I think the lowest I've ever seen it for is like a really shit beat up copy for like $75. And
Yeah.
generally you're probably looking at like 400
Yeah,
bucks for
it's-
it, but it's still ridiculous.
You think they'd just re-release it with that money?
You would think, but
It had to be a summer film with one crazy summer.
I always think of winter when I see this. So,
But it says one crazy summer. It's got Demi Moore, Bobcat Goldthwait, and John Cusack.
so I do love Bobcat because I want him to be his Police Academy character, even though
Yes.
he's very infrequently the Police Academy character. But yeah, I haven't watched this in a long time, but I do remember enjoying it. And I do like the cast in this one quite a bit. Like
Yes.
the three you mentioned, especially. Like I have a super soft spot for Demi Moore. Might be why I like the Substance. I have real like hit and miss on John Cusack
Yeah.
because he's kind of a goober. But then he does something like Con Air, and I'm like, well, now I like him again.
But yeah, he hates that film, though, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, but he's a goober. I don't really care.
I know.
about his
He,
opinions,
he-
so-
I don't think he's a fan of this film because he didn't like working on this one, but he had to do the second film with the same director, but he didn't like it. And you think, well.
I always
did-
liked him in High Fidelity also,
that's
and
a
I've
great
heard he doesn't like that one. So
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
What do you
But
like? He likes his,
I'm
what was it? Poe.
I'm not a
That's-
big fan of Say Anything, which is like his,
Yeah, I'm not a fan
supposedly-
of that one either.
I mean, it's fine, but
Yeah.
I don't care. And that's like his. I've heard him talk about that one all the time. So maybe if he doesn't like his movies, that's the one you should watch. So
So moving right along. Tremors!
I mean,
Desert
this is
setting,
just fun.
Sunshine. What's
It's
more
just
summery
fun.
than that?
got Kevin Bacon running around swearing at stuff. It's got Bert. I mean, it's the definitive late night TV movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh,
And I
funny.
bought all 7 of them for some reason, even though I don't really like them after part 2. um, but this movie is just a fun monster movie, and you don't see enough of them, and it's done really well.
It
so.
is. Because I think it's, where is it? What's her name? From Aliens producer. Gail Ann Hurd, that's it, yeah. Terminator Aliens producer. And
I didn't realize that. I should have, but I didn't.
no,
so
so yeah, that's one of the reasons it got made. Ron Underwood. But yeah, and it was a box office bomb, but a massive hit on VHS, which is why we have 7 or 6 sequels.
all of which went straight to VHS.
Or streaming these days. But yeah, the second one's straight to VHS. It's only got Fred Ward in it, and damn, what's it?
Michael
Michael
Gross.
Gross, of course, is in all 7 films. And then yeah, so Fred Ward went out of the second one, and then it was just what's his third one? Is that the prequel?
I don't remember. I gotta watch them all again. I know the second one's the one where they bring the like flying ones or some shit like that in. Some other
There's the Ass Blasters in 2, yeah, so you might be right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the 4th one was the prequel that was
Maybe.
tying into the TV show at the time.
Yeah. But I mean, this movie, I'd be interested to. I'd be curious why this bombed. Like, I don't know what it came out against. Maybe that's why it did. What year is this?
It was, was it 90?
1990. So I don't know what came out around
a-
then.
It's PG-13. It's great fun.
It would do better on a big screen. It would take advantage of that. So I don't know why this would have bombed unless it was up against. I know this is the wrong year. Unless it was up against like a Jurassic Park or something like that.
I don't. Yeah. Does it say what time of year it was released? They wouldn't
I
have.
don't know.
Maybe they were aiming for summer, like you say, a big blockbuster got in the way. But damn shame. Because the poster doesn't lie as such, but
I mean, it doesn't do a lot, but I mean, if you think about 1990s movies, I don't think it's any better or worse than it's a kind of boring cover or poster, but
Yeah.
it's not the worst thing I've seen.
it gives you that idea of what you're seeing: underground monsters attacking people.
Here's why it probably bombed. It released on January 19th of 1990.
Fuck's sake.
There were no new wide releases, according to Wikipedia, but it debuted at number 5 in the box office behind Born on the 4th of July, Tango and Cash, The War of the Roses, and Internal Affairs. Internal
Which had all
Affairs
been out probably a few weeks.
I'm kind of impressed that Internal Affairs went ahead of it. I didn't even know that got a U.S. release. So
I think that did quite well because, but yeah, January. It probably that's why VHS. It came out in the summer on VHS.
if this came out in like June, like early June or something, I would imagine this could do
Got
pretty well. So
Yo shenanigans, I'm guessing.
yeah,
Another fave, Tremors. I was thinking Tremors is mid 80s, but it's later. Yes, it does have that vibe of 80s, I guess, because it is 90. It probably was made
88, 89,
89,
something like that.
Oh, part 1 and 2. Yeah, part 1 and 2 are the best because you get the
For
Kevin
sure.
Bacon replacement in the second one. But
Yeah,
oh, Mike never cared for it. Okie dokie then. Do the right thing.
see now you're getting all the like actual good movies in here.
I'm doing actual proper movies. Yeah,
Yeah. You a Spike Lee fan as a whole?
not really.
Okay.
Trying to think. Well, I do know. I usually have seen his films, but at the same time, I probably watch it. But of all of them, I probably like this one. But yeah, it's like just hot in the summer of New York and racial tensions. But it does feel. I don't know. When I think of summer, I think of this, but not necessarily would I watch it.
That's fair. Hey, this one's good. It's a really good film, and that usually means I'm not going to go back to it very much.
Yes, if it's a good film,
You know,
with Oscar worthy.
yeah, like I can appreciate it and I like it, but I don't want to like generally watch them repeatedly, which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm just looking at Spike Lee stuff now. Like I liked Inside Man, which is one of his newer ones, and Black
Yeah,
Klansman
that
was
was
okay.
a good one.
But he's got a lot of stuff here I just don't care
Like
about.
Jungle
Summer
Fever, I
Sam was
remember
okay.
coming out big.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, and he does have a
Tales
lot
from the Hood, that was entertaining. So, but Yeah, he's kind of hit and miss, and he seems like a kind of a twat. So I don't know how much you guys see him, but he's on TV a lot here.
Oh,
So
we barely know it. Yeah, we get nothing over here. Well, I
you're
don't.
not missing much. So
There you go. Yeah, see, I'm doing well. One of my favorites. He is good. He's a good actor as well. But yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, the
Yeah, I don't.
tension builds and builds and builds as well.
Hmm.
Mr. Genzi's here. School Days as well. Yes, I remember School Days.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. It's just I don't know. He's not one that I reach for very often.
No, it's just when I think of summer, I think of this film because it does show heat in the streets, the kids playing on the water fountain things,
Sure.
the fire brigade. But yeah, it does, and it's just based in this very hot summer. Champagne is on Prime. It's called Road to Revenge. So
Hopefully you get the full movie. So
yeah, there you go. The social commentary is very relevant at the times in back in New York, as it shows in the picture there. But let's see, it's a horror.
it's a Jaws knockoff. So
It's a great one. I love Alligator. Robert Forster.
the wedding scene alone
The wedding
is
scene is Alligator.
some of the quite possibly the best like all around wedding ever on film. So I like the sequel too, but that one's a little goofy. So
That is very goofy. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest fan of that. When I watched it a few months ago, yeah, there's my Alligator. That's yeah, so it's the same poster.
see, and this is one of those movies that I don't understand why every like copy past VHS doesn't use the original poster.
Well, the
'Cause the
twisted
original-
alligator.
Yeah, I got the Blu-ray which has like a reanimated alligator in the sewer, but like this one just looks so much gnarlier and like
It does. It
menacing.
looks like this is what you're getting. A
Yeah,
brutal killer.
and that's not really what the movie is. Like, there's kills in the movie, but it's very hokey in a lot of places. Like, it's a goofy movie. I think that's why I like it. It's
Yeah, because it's
goofy.
Yeah, screenplay by John Sayles, who's
Mhm.
didn't he do Piranha as well? I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's Henry Silver in it, so it's always a bonus. And then you got Robert Forster with his hair issues.
This is one of those good movies though because the people really don't matter in it. It's kind of like when a Godzilla movie gets it right, and there's a lot of people in it, but you don't care. Like, you only really care about the alligator fucking up people. So,
You do get that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alligator, seen this one back in the late 80s on TV. So you've seen this one. Oh, it's Wee Allie. Such a cute scene. This is why Josh subs so much. I'm expecting this to be my favorite film of all time. That's Champagne and Bullets. I'm sure it will be, Josh. I'd rather watch Alligator, but
Depends on my mood. I could go either way. So,
but yeah, it's got great practical effects, and of course, there's model effects to make the alligator a normal alligator look big, but they're
right.
pretty good. It's got plenty
It's-
of gore as well. People being bitten in half and stuff, legs bitten off.
It's that good 80s gore too, where it's totally impractical, but it works in all the ways that like you don't care. It's why
Yeah.
in a lot of ways horror is the most comedic genre because it's so ridiculous that all you can do is laugh at it, or you can be like, mad and try to like bang
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah, the cop that can't get out of his car, so he gets out the
Right.
car, the side of the car with the fucking alligator on it. He gets eaten.
yes. Yeah.
But the worst, the sad bit is the kid in the swimming pool. It's like having a birthday party, and they chuck him in the pool, up walking the plank, and there's a fucking alligator.
I didn't have a problem with it. I'm fine with it. So.
Oh dear. But Rear Window, there you go, another one with the hot summer.
I can't see this without thinking of the Simpsons spoof of it.
There's a strange kid looking at me.
I just think of Bart with his leg and the cast that says Millpool. So, I know a show that spoofed a lot of them, lot of shit, and continues to. That's got to be
Yes.
one of their better like spoofs that they've
It's
done.
great,
So,
wasn't it? The whole episode is the spoof, isn't it?
yeah,
And then of course it was remade with Superman when he was in his wheelchair.
I don't think I ever saw the remake. I only saw the original.
I think it went straight to video or TV movie.
Any good?
Oh, Ian's happy now. I've got a quality film on the list. A beautiful crafted movie. What a classic. So yeah, but
Ian, are
It's,
you claiming that Champagne and Bullets is not a quality film?
a great film, Rear Window. There you go. See, It's a good suspense thriller, and then you got Raymond Burr might be the killer.
I mean, it's Hitchcock when Hitchcock was doing great
It was.
stuff.
And the
Like
fact the
it's
whole thing was a set.
yeah.
They had the back side, and then people were living in it as well at the same time they were making it, just make it easier. Crazy.
I remember thinking Hitchcock when I was a kid that it was kind of boring. Like he was one of the first directors. I kind of went in that rabbit hole of like trying to figure him out. But going back to it as a dog, I'm like, oh, he does a lot of really good stuff like in here. So
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it more now.
TV.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
definitely appreciate it more now than when I found it at the video store as a kid.
Yeah, that was. I think it's the first film he did after his accident. Yeah, so he still looks a lot like Christopher Reeve. Hitchcock. Right, where are we? We're at 20. Okay. Well,
God, we got 30 more to go. So,
yeah. There's a lot of franchises coming up, so all sort of. But yes, you chose Jackass. I have never seen a Jackass film.
So I like them all. I like the show.
I could have two,
They
but
are, yeah, they have like I don't know 6 or 7 movies and a whole TV show.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how many there were.
Here's the thing with them. They're just dumb guys having fun in generally like nice looking areas. So people want to hang out and have fun in the summer, and this is kind of what it looks like they're doing, except they're getting hurt and I'm not. So I like that. So I'm not acting like this is like I'm not sticking up for this the way that I would Champagne and Bullets. It's not that kind of film, but maybe it's a guilty pleasure. I love these fucking movies. So
I think I was too old for when the TV show came out. I was not that I wouldn't have tried. I was doing stupid stuff earlier than this, but not filming it, of course.
I mean, they are, like I said, they are dumb. I'm not defending them on that aspect, but they are entertaining for what they are, as long as you know what you're getting into, which is just short bits of stunts gone wrong more often than not, and a lot of dick and fart jokes. I could do that. So
I think that's my audience. Used to do Jackass stunts with my brother and mates. Yeah, I think that you
Very
might have missed
common.
the opening titles when it said, "Please do not copy any of these stunts." Oh, not got to Jackass 4. Seen the first one on extended DVD, and the series is nuts. To coin a phrase. Oh, it's too dumb for Mike and me. Yeah, there you go.
that's fair. So totally get it.
But yeah, bless them for coming back for this last one because they are a lot older now.
Yeah, they brought some young people in, which I mean, I didn't really care about that so much, but that movie had the benefit in hindsight of coming out during all the COVID shit. So just the excuse to watch something and laugh for an hour and a half during all that, I think made me like it a lot more than what it actually was.
It was very popular when this one came out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's fun. It's stupid, but
yeah,
sometimes we need dumb and stupid. So
sometimes we do. But you're not getting hurt. These people are.
Right. So
then I get Summer Holiday. Have you even heard of Cliff Richard before we even start with this film?
I've heard of it. I don't know it though. I haven't seen it. So tell me about it.
Standard fare back. It's directed by Herbert Ross, who did and Peter Yates, who I think it's directed by Peter Yates. I can't read it. If I read it, choreography and musical numbers of Herbert Ross, but yes, Cliff Richard was the British Elvis, but clean cut.
Okay.
He was, and he's had a #1 single for the last 70 years or something in the charts. Every decade, he's had a #1.
Okay.
So this is. Have you ever seen a double-decker red bus, the London buses?
Yeah.
So they go on holiday to France in this London bus, and then pick up ladies for, just a kiss.
So
it's all very, very tame fun. But this used to be on TV all the time. Of course, it's called Summer Holiday. You heard a bit of the song in the opening titles where we're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. But yeah, I can't recommend the film, but it's just a place in my heart for watching it in the summer instead of being outside in the sun.
I mean, that's fair. I honestly, I'm looking at this and I have absolutely zero recollection of this. So and that's not a bad thing. So.
Made it still to the Americans. But yeah, Summer Holiday is pleasant and iconic in its own way. You see, Ian knows.
It has
Mike
16
hasn't seen
song
it.
hits. So
Holiday on the Buses coming soon. But yes,
All right. This is what I like about this. So I'm looking at it on IMDb. You know, it usually has a year it came out, the rating, and like the
Right.
runtime. The rating on this is approved. I don't even know what that means. So
no, I guess what was it? It was.
I would imagine it's like a PG or like something
I think
very.
yeah, it's probably a safe. It might be even safer than a PG.
It looks pretty innocent, but
It is very innocent.
Yeah.
60s film.
So-
But yeah, even though there's bikini babes on the front,
well, you gotta have a little. That's why I said PG. So
Yeah. it's charming, as Ian says. Yes. Okay, back to yours. Major League, of course.
yeah. So Major League and Major League 2, these ones kind of go together. This is just summer baseball. Those two things go together, and I'm a baseball fan. I'm wearing a baseball shirt, obviously. So I mean, I enjoy it. It's the only sport I like in summer, and these movies are kind of slapsticky, kind of goofy. It's got Charlie Sheen, but
Yeah.
they're enjoyable for what they are. The third one is utter trash, but the first two are pretty fun and
Yeah.
easy ones. I usually put on at the beginning of summer, almost every
Yeah.
year.
They're great. They're still shitty, but wow,
Little bit.
thing.
It's
But,
a little goofy. I do like
and-
Randy Quaid in them, which I
Yeah.
get shit for now because he's weird, but I like him. So
yeah, I love them. For some reason I saw the first one, but 2 and 3 didn't really. I don't know if they didn't come to the UK or didn't come to my video shop or something, but I didn't get to see them till years later. Now,
three is just bad. Like 3 should not have even gone there.
The minors.
But yeah, that one's just fucking terrible. But I mean, unless I'm not gonna act like there's not a pretty big drop off between 1 and 2. Like there is.
but
But
still the same cast, isn't it?
yeah, and it's kind of one of those movies. It's like, well, I watched 1 and I have nothing else to do. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll right into 2 and go with that. That's usually how I end up watching part 2.
Yes,
So,
because they recast Wesley Snipes.
yeah, he's in the second one. I don't think he's in the first one. So
Yeah. Can't remember who they recast him with. It's not appearing, but yeah, Dennis Hayburn turns up again. And then Omar Epps, there he is. He's on the baseball card
Yeah.
on the front. Yeah, so they replaced Wesley Snipes with Omar Epps. Now, was it Dennis Hayburn also did another baseball film in the early 90s with Tom Selleck?
Oh shit. Can't think of it now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. I can't
No,
remember
it's not
what
good.
it's called.
It's
So
it's you think it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's not really.
yeah, and
Mr.
truthfully,
Baseball.
like that's it. And yeah, I don't care for it. I mean, baseball movies are kind of not great. Like there's aside from these two, the only other one I can think of that I actually like was Moneyball, but that doesn't really
Moneyball.
feel like a
Yeah, it's
season
not
or
about
anything.
the-
It's just a
the game
decent
is about
movie.
the back end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking For the Love of the Game with Costner, isn't there?
Yeah, it's boring. So
not Raging Bull, Bull Durham again with isn't that Costner as well?
yeah, it's the
Field of
original Bad
Dreams.
News Bears. So yeah, there's not a ton of them, but this one's fun. So
Yeah. It's really
lighthearted.
fun. You don't need to know base. I know nothing about playing baseball, but I love
Sure.
this film.
and that's usually a good thing for a movie. So
Now, see, you say is it a summer game
baseball,
or is
yeah.
it an all-round year game?
Well, it's covered year round because that's what 2025 is, but it generally goes from late April to and runs the World Series
The
usually is
American
like
series.
late October. Yeah, well, that's what we call it because the World Series usually ends somewhere in late October, which is
Okay.
admittedly stupid because there's a lot of games where you'll see like snowflakes and stuff and whatnot, which shouldn't be happening. But yeah, it's considered a summer sport.
Okay.
So
Because in the UK we have summer, well, spring, summer. I think is, summer is cricket and tennis, and then football's over, and then autumn and winter is what football starts up again, and rugby but yeah, they make
I
way.
was watching rugby before I came on here, so
Oh, there you go.
I'm a fan of women's rugby. Those chicks are insane, and I enjoy it.
I'm a fan of American football, ladies American football, the Lingerie one.
Do they still do that? I haven't seen
I
that
don't think so.
like up in a while. I was a fan of that too. So
That's a sport. No padding.
Who needs it?
Let's see what's next. Now, do you know the Confessions series?
I don't. I like the cover. I'm sold. So I saw that, and have you seen Down and Dirty Duck? Because that's what the cover reminds me of, except
Oh.
no ducks. And I don't know if this is an animated film or not.
No.
Which Down and Dirty Duck is, but
Okay.
it's terrible. Like, don't watch it. I can tell you without seeing this, I would rather watch this than Down and Dirty Duck again. So
This is a 70s sex comedy. There are
Perfect.
4 of them. He's a driving instructor, pop performer, and something else. I forgot what it is. But yeah, this is the American poster because he's not a summer camp counselor. It's I can't remember what I've seen this so many times now. This poster when I was going through it, I forgot what the original name is. Someone will tell me. But yeah, so basically, it's young lad gets up to mischief and is banging lots of chicks, and they're all fully
As you
nude in these films. You see everything. But it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
and they showed these in the cinema and everything back in the UK, which is really weird to me that these. And a lot of the actresses that played the young women in this naked went on to be serious actresses in like the 80s and 90s as well.
Hey, it sounds pretty good to me. I would watch
But
it.
yeah,
So,
if you like attractive young ladies in the nude from the 70s, then you're in for a real treat. That's it. Window Cleaner was the 4th one.
okay.
And it
So
is the only one he's seen. But yeah, this one I remember back in the day. But it's
I'm
one of
gonna
those
have to
things I
track
grew
that
up
one
with.
down. I'm all for summer nudity. So
But it's British summer camp. Well, it says summer camp counselor, but it's a holiday camp for families more than anything. So it's like caravans and chalets and stuff where people stay and then have bingo nights and discos as evening entertainment.
I'm kind of confused by this poster just because of the logistics of it all and his like shifty face, but that doesn't really deter me from wanting to watch it. So
I say, yeah, watch the trailers first to give you an idea because some of them are probably restricted trailers.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm kind of like you. I don't really do the trailers. I just
Well, I
kind of
guess,
jump
yeah.
in and
It
hope
doesn't
for the
respond.
best.
It's just
So
like a series of whoa and then bra snapping off or something like that. Or
Hmm.
he's usually got like 3 women on the go and he's trying to hide one of them in a room and one of them comes in and then another one will come in and say, "Who's this?" And then chaos. And then there's stuff like he starts shagging a woman in the and then was it laundry detergent falls on them and then the whole room just turns into bubbles. So that's the level we're going with there.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, working class holidays. Yeah, for the scum. I have been to Butlins once, but it wasn't fun. Yeah, these were massive cinema hits at the time. There was a series of books. They made 4 films, and damn, they're funny and sexy, and even technically brilliant. Yeah, this poor lad, Robin Asquith, does all his own stunts, and he gets into some scrapes, usually with his knob. Yeah, these are the adult carry-on films. Yes. So, have you ever heard of carry-on films?
I don't think I have.
Oh,
So
we'll come into that in a minute. So we'll talk about
Okay,
that
well, good.
next. After we've done Point Break.
So this isn't necessarily summer, but it feels like summer because
It
it's
does
got
feel like a
surfing
summer
and
film.
bank robberies. I mean, what else do you need? It's got Patrick Swayze being like hot as hell.
Yep.
It's got, I would go as far to say, the best bank robbery ever put on film. And the director, whose name escapes me right now,
The
is
lady.
yeah,
Catherine
she
Bigelow.
is. Yes, Catherine Bigelow is one of the most criminally underrated directors in cinema. I know she's won an Oscar, but like her early stuff, movies like this, Near Dark, there's something that she sees in movies like this that she puts on film that you don't get from other directors, and I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know. Yeah, like you say, she's done some great work. What's she done recently? I'm trying to think. That was after
That's
03.
American Sniper was the one that she won an Oscar for. I'm not sure what she's done since then.
Yeah.
So
Because she did, was it Blue Steel with, what's her face?
Oh.
Halloween Woman.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's it. See,
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow is one of their favorite directors. There you go. See,
She's great.
almost pop performer. Yeah, her recent work.
Hurt
as well. So,
Locker
yeah,
was one. I think
Hurt Locker, of course.
she won a lot for that too.
Well,
Zero
Flynn was
Dark
American
30.
Sniper, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
But yeah, and yeah, she should have done a lot more films because wasn't she with Cameron? I can't remember.
she was. I thought it was No, it was Cameron because she was with him during Alien 2, and that's where Near Dark came out of, was Alien
Right,
2.
yes.
And that's why you see basically the same cast because
The same cast, isn't it? Lance Henriksen,
they just let her borrow them for that movie essentially. So
exactly.
but and I'm sure this isn't right, but I'm sure she's kind of under the radar because she's a woman, which is incredibly dumb. Like that shouldn't matter because it doesn't matter. But I do think she's one of the most underappreciated American directors that's out there right now. So
Well, it's the same as what Galen Hurd, as we mentioned earlier. She's a producer, and she's. If you see her list of films, you'd say, "I love all her films," but yeah, you wouldn't recognize her.
Right, and it's a damn shame because you know that's the reason why is because of some misogynistic bullshit or whatever. But it's what it is apparently. So
what? A woman here? No.
Yeah. Can't have any of that shit. We're talking about Patrick Swayze with his shirt off and surfing. So. And another Gary Busey.
Another Gary Busey. Two.
So, there's one more coming. So
hang on, what's it cast? Let me just make a note of this. What she's up to. There you go. Yeah, Busey was a good guy. Yeah, what the fuck? And still dies. Spoilers, yes.
Yeah, it happens.
Is wonderful. 12 movies she's directed and an episode of Wild Palms. There you go. I am a FBI agent. But yeah, because Patrick Swayze doing the jump from the plane on camera as well, and when he wasn't supposed to as well.
Kind of love that about him though, that he is just gonna F you, I'm doing it type attitude about it. So
yeah. But he was cool. Even in Ghost and Dirty Dancing. Chick flicks technically, but he made them great.
Well, he'll show up again on this list too. So
now it's halfway through. Did you want to take a break or do you want to carry on?
You know what? I'm almost out of beer and water, and I could take a week. So let's take a couple breaks.
All right, we'll take a couple of minutes, people. I'll play a trailer for you, and then we'll be right back with where's my trailers?
I don't know.
Wrong list. Right, there we go. So you got 2 minutes 34 seconds.
All right. I do at least.
Next time you're in Alphaton, make sure you take a visit to Straight to Video, the 80s video shop. The widest selection, the latest gaming systems, the newest film releases. Straight to Video, King Street, Alfred. Be like Kylie and step back in time.
At the Agra Indian Restaurant, we select only the freshest of spices. At the Agra Indian Restaurant, we use only the best quality meats and vegetables. We at the Agra bring you the very best of Indian cuisine. For that special functional wedding, the Agra Indian Restaurant has excellent banqueting facilities. Experience a warm welcome and authentic Indian cuisine in luxurious surroundings, only at the Agra Indian Restaurant.
Just 100.
It's over, man. Are you ready to blast off on your cinematic journey here at Blaster Video? Well, let's go! And with over 3,865 movies in my store, we got all the categories covered, from horror, sci-fi, fantasy, action, even comedy, all on VHS. First-time customers get one free rental. Well, the snake is out of the bag, and Fury of the Viper is now on sale at the video store. And for a limited time only, while supplies last, you get a free fridge magnet.
So come on down to Blaster Video. We're located in the back alley of 10815 Unita Avenue. And always remember, be kind, and rewind.
Here we go. I'm back. Right. Just wait for John. Here he comes. He's back in the
I got
room.
beer. Well, I was always in the room. I just over there.
Well,
So,
all right. He was in his bar.
it's way back there. Gotta have it. It's the whole reason to buy a house is they have a bar in it, right?
Well, I don't know. We've tried once but to get one of those like half circle ones set up, but never bothered. Right. So, holiday on the buses.
Okay, so I saw the poster for this and I'm incredibly interested, but I haven't seen it. So
If Gen Z saw this, they'd be in up in arms. They'd cancel it straight away.
that's all the more reason that I want to watch it.
It
So-
is. So in the 70s, 60s, 70s, TV shows and sitcoms got a film, basically.
Mhm.
So many, and then most of them, they always went on holiday somewhere.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So this one, these people work on a double-decker buses again. So as was the thing at the time. So yeah, basically so there's his mum on the top left, his boss Blakey next to him. He's the top, and that's his sister, and then his wife, and then his partner on the bottom left, and his brother-in-law on the right. So yeah, they go on the holiday, and shenanigans happen.
The guy in the bottom left looks like an absolute winner.
The thing is, the two of them, the bottom left and the very top guy, Reg. Does my mouse show? Yeah, him.
Mm.
They're getting birds all the time, so they're always making out with your lovely ladies throughout these films.
As you do.
A bit less risque than the others, but yeah, there we go. Not much, but yeah, it's a childhood thing. Again, it was always on telly in the summer. But someone you went with Predator, which is a bit of a diversion
Yeah.
away from Holiday on the Buses.
Yeah, it is a little bit different, but I mean, everyone's sweaty. Everyone looks really warm in
It
this,
is
so
definitely
I'm
hot.
going to go ahead and throw it as summer because that's apparently my only qualification is you got to be hot and sweaty. So, but is there like a more good action sci-fi blend than Predator? Maybe one that is on this list a little later, but it's up there. So
It is absolutely amazing. Yes, you can't go wrong, and it hasn't been improved in 40 something years now.
no, it hasn't been improved. I mean, I like some of the other ones. There's another one. You might as well just kind of mix it in with it because I like the Robert Rodriguez one that came out in.
Hang on.
Yeah, it is in here.
Where is that? Oh, that's all right. It's
all right. Yeah,
two
that
of
one. So I like this one. I think this is the closest they ever got to getting as good as the original, which probably Robert Rodriguez probably has a lot to do with that because I love him. But I don't know why they decided to kind of retcon the first ending into this one. I feel like that was kind of a cop out.
yeah.
But I mean, these predators, these creatures, they're just fucking fun to watch when they're doing their thing. So
That is true. Okay, yeah. So back to my one. I had these films were my staple in my younger days. Yeah, see, Mike knows.
sure.
And Holiday on the Buses is great. Exactly. Predator has the best credits ever. Yeah, it's when
That's
it's really weird that they're smiling at camera after being annihilated. Oh, we got doing well tonight for double feature. Yeah, but Arnie, that's the poster I remember because the UK one's a bit. I think he's all in Predator Vision, red in Predator Vision on the UK poster or VHS.
I always remember that one.
I had the T-shirt this one back in the day.
Yeah.
But obviously I ruined it by wearing it forever.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that at all.
No,
I mean,
apart from I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get it with that picture on either.
I'm sure you can. It's just not authentic or whatever.
No.
So,
Yeah, that's the difference. Ian's only seen 1 and 2.
Predator 2 is pretty good too. That's the one with Danny Glover in the whatever city they're in. I like that one also, but it feels like such a drop off from the first one.
It's like Josh says, my mate, Predator director,
We'll have Stephen Hawking will hear about this.
Well,
So, yeah, but Predator, you can't go wrong with a bit of Predator. Definitely, yeah.
no,
Because, yeah, Predator 2, I guess we could have added this because it is hot and sweaty as well. But
it is. Well, all of them are, except for
yeah,
well, I guess when they get into space and the one in
the
the
Predator is Halloween, isn't it? I think it's set.
yeah, the one with Shane Black. That one, it's just fucking terrible. But
Yeah, bring back the man that helped write the first one.
yeah, and somehow manages to fuck up the was that the fifth one or something like that. So
I was going to say, my Predator 2 is missing. There it is.
yeah.
But yeah,
And I like the Prey too. I haven't watched the new one that's out yet, but I like the Prey also. I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah, Prey I liked. Yeah, so that's it.
So.
No Predators was the last good movie in the series. The Predator was kind of boring, and Prey was awful for Mr. Gen Z. There you go. Yeah, they love Prey. Predator was decent. Yeah. Most people say the first one is the best, and then have
For sure.
variations. All right. Take care, Mike. See you next time. But yeah, most people, I haven't heard anyone say a bad thing about the first one anyway.
well, not if you like fun. So
Yeah, anyone in the chat dare. Go on. But so there's that. Then we get to Carry On Abroad. So the
I don't
Carry
think
On
I've seen this
series-
either. So you're you're finding
Yeah,
all these
I'll
gems.
explain the Britishness to you.
That's good. I need it.
So the Carry On films lasted from technically, I think it was 50s to 70s,
Okay.
and then in the 60s they were peaked, I guess. But they all had the usual same actors as in this one: Sid James, Kenneth Williams, Charles Hawtrey, Joan Simmons, Bernard Bresslaw, Barbara Windsor, Kenneth Connor, and then random others, Hattie Jakes and stuff. And so it was all like British comedy. And then, of course, all the men were eyeing up the dolly birds and going, whoa, all the time and all this business. And then the women will be, usually their wives, harassing them about something. So
I mean,
there
that
was a
makes
series
sense.
of films that like they've done Carry On Nurse, Carry On Doctor, Carry On Abroad, Carry On Convenience, Carry On Up the Khyber, and all sorts of situations they get in. All different characters each time, but just the same actors. And then yeah, this one is Carry On Abroad, where they go abroad from Britain to Spain, but of course they filmed it in like a car park in London. So they put some sand
Nothing
in
wrong
the
with
car
that.
park and built a fake hotel outside for this. And of course, they get to this hotel and it's half finished. It's still being built. So they have to stay in rooms and then doors break. There's no glass in the windows. So you just step outside through the door and stuff like
So-
that.
Is this one of those Spains where it's like comically obvious that it's actually London in a parking lot with sand?
Yes.
And what? Okay, I'm a fan. I'm always a fan of that. So
Yeah. They didn't even try because they got such tiny budgets for this thing.
yeah,
Most
I'm
films
all
back then were
for.
Spain.
Yeah, I'm all for like painfully obvious. Like that's not where you're saying it is. Takes in movies. So,
It's 'cause, yeah, most of it's just like a shot of the hotel front, some sand outside, and it's a bit of sunshine they were
You got,
lucky
like,
to catch on that
Big
day.
Ben in the background or something. So
It's not that bad. It's not like the hills of Vancouver in Friday the 13th or
yeah,
whatever.
right,
It is.
right.
But yes, Abroad is one of the best. Just one of the funny ones for me. But have you seen any Hammer horror films?
Oh yeah, a bunch of them. So
Well, they did Carry
my
On
favorite
Screaming.
Dracula is the
Oh, well, there you go.
by far. So
So yeah, there's a film called Carry On Screaming, which they did, which is
okay,
a spoof of Hammer films at the time.
I don't think I've
They were
seen
made
that
in
one,
pretty much
but
around the
I
same
would watch
area.
it. So.
You'll probably recognize places.
Hmm.
Yeah, they were pretty racy for the time because, like, as you see there, the girl's got a bra almost, bikini almost off.
I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, right?
So there is hinted at nudity and sexual stuff, but yeah, you don't actually see much. But it's a lot problematic because of there is blackface and there is innuendos and all sorts of non-PC stuff that's still funny. But yeah, so yeah, exotic locations like Bagshot, Surrey, and High Street and Slough and Pinewood, of course, from 58 to 92, exactly. Nowhere within a few, because there's one called Carry On Camping, which takes place in a field of tents and caravans, and of course it's within yards of a main road in London. But yeah,
See,
you go.
that sounds like a comedy of errors that I would actually be
Exactly. I'd
enjoy.
be interested in your opinion of these British ones. You probably either hate them or you'd love them. So there's no two ways about it. Oh, there's Carry On Camping. There you go. So we
There
just
you
put there's Carry On Camping. So yeah, I don't remember putting 2 films, but I must have just chose. But yeah, so as you can
She's
see,
all tits out on that. It looks like. So.
there it is. Yes, that is the famous one. There's the I forget her name now. Barbara Windsor. So she was the young, fit woman with big tits. That she's doing exercises in a bikini, and then the bra, boing, springs off, and she
So,
goes, "Oh, dear."
Is this where National Lampoon ripped off the animation style from? Because I'm getting a lot of like early National Lampoon vibes
That is
off
true.
of some of these
I
posters.
can see that now.
So
But yeah, lots of misunderstandings, double entendres, and fun and games, as it says. But yeah,
is that a ram going into that female butt up there? Is that what I'm seeing?
it is.
All right. Seems like a good time. So
It is. Let's see. The LA Times said, "It's a joy to be able to sit back and relax with some perfectly silly, old-fashioned, low-down humor. The jokes and gags are non-stop." There you go.
okay, all for it. So
Yeah, like I said, it's barely 90 minutes as well, probably. But it is R-rated in America. I did not notice that, but yeah. Right. So let's go back to an American comedy. I've never seen a Cheech and Chong movie. I keep meaning to, but I never get round to it. Should I?
do you like marijuana? Then take it or leave it. This one is probably in my opinion, the most movie out of them. Like it's got the
Right.
most that happens in it. So it's I do like all of them, but this one has the most story and the most like line of events that go on from start to finish in the movie.
Right.
It's the one with Cheech and the tutu playing, all the loud music and shit. I think this is the one with him singing the Mexican American song, which is really funny, even if it's really un-PC. Should you watch them? I guess I would say try this one. If you
Okay, I was
like
gonna
this
say, do I
one,
need to watch them in
then
any
go.
particular order, or are they just
No.
random? There's
No, you don't.
commitments.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know what order they actually go in. But yeah, I would say watch this one. And if you like this one, then maybe go in like Nice Dreams is pretty good. Next Movie is pretty good.
Right.
And I think it's the Corsican Twins is
Oh
pretty
yeah, I've
good.
heard of that one. Yeah.
But as a whole, like they're kind of the same jokes recycled movie to movie. So they're pretty fun if you like to be kind of fucked up and just kind of sit there and chuckle at something. That's where I tend to like them. But if you're just like not into that kind of humor, I could see it turning off people pretty easily too.
Okay.
So
Because which is there one where they go to Amsterdam?
I'm sure there is. I can't remember which one it
Yeah.
is though. So
I can't remember either.
yeah.
But I will give them a go because I do like Cheech. But what's Tommy Chong done apart from being Raw Dawn's dad?
He was in that 70s show for a while, and
see that either.
he was in Half Baked, stoner comedies. I'm
oh, yeah,
sure he's
with
popped up in a
Dave
Kevin Smith
Chappelle's
movie
one?
at some point. Yeah, he's in Dave Chappelle's in Half Baked. He's done a lot of like bit parts where he pops up as basically as Chong. He's the stoner guy.
All right.
He's got a really good stand-in that looks just like him in Friday the 13th Part 3. It's like Discount Chong.
I have seen
thinks-
the references and mentions
Yeah.
in other films and stuff, but yeah.
But I wouldn't call him like one of our greatest actors or anything like that. So
They know their limits. I see they haven't seen these films either, so it's not just me, Josh.
Well.
Alrighty. Body Heat. If they're one hot and steamy, and it's hot summer. It says it in the description there.
this one looks really familiar, but I can't remember if I've seen this
I
one.
must admit, I haven't seen it for a very long time. It's got Richard Crenna in it again. Lawrence Kasdan wrote and directed, but all I remember is there's a lot of hot, sweaty, naked Kathleen Turner in it.
Sounds pretty good.
Peak Kathleen Turner as well.
Oh, you got William Hurt. Yeah, like you were
Yeah,
saying.
it's probably a good film, but yeah, prime Turner, as Michael Myers says.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's got Mickey Rourke. Yeah, okay. Oh.
It's probably a good thriller, but I think I was confused. Marines twice. I think it's one of those. She wants him to kill her husband or something.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't think I've seen this. Looking at this online here, I don't remember enough of this. I do remember that poster though, for sure.
Then let's see. I'm doing well. A great film. Cheech was he was there. If you find something cheaper,
Yes, he
fuck
is.
it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's got 3 roles in that film, hasn't he?
Yes, he does.
That's it. Cultural exchange. I'll give you Carry On films, and you give me Cheech and Chong films, and we'll see what they're
There we
like.
go.
And get back to each other. Right. They Live, of course.
So
Now-
this one almost like goes past season. This is like the most classic movie to me that's how somehow has become. It's kind of like Idiocracy that's become way too relevant for what it was originally supposed to be. But I love how punk rock this movie is. I love how Carpenter
Yes.
held off on releasing it till the election just to kind of make his point. And so I'm a big fan of wrestlers in film, even though
Right.
that's usually a recipe for disaster. I think that's what I like about it.
Hey, I won't have anything said about 13 rounds.
Yeah, that's fair. I said usually, not always. I have seen what No Holds Barred. That's pretty rough, but also entertaining. Rowdy Piper holds his own in this movie. Like, they do a good job of not having him do anything that he's not capable of doing, which is good. Keith David's awesome in this movie,
Yeah.
and just there's something about when Carpenter makes this kind of film, and you can say this about all the films of his that are heralded. He's just got this like grimy, like entirely like Carpenter fingerprint on it that is really cool, and this one is one of those that sticks out for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I love it. I saw it on VHS back in the day because I was too young to see it in the cinema. But around the same time, I saw this and Prince of Darkness. I think. Yeah.
another good one of his. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great film. Let's see. They love another fun one. They Live by the best director of all time. He had a hell of an 80s, didn't he?
Could totally
Yes.
argue that. I could see that.
Slow burn Carpenter movie. Yeah. More relevant now than it ever was as well. So yeah, I didn't
sure.
know Roddy was a wrestler back in the. So I didn't follow wrestling.
Yeah, go watch Body Slam. That's his another one of his movies that he
Yeah,
actually
I've-
wrestles in. So
Oh, I've seen him in his skirt. Oh yeah, Michael Myers discovered it on late night TV. I think that's where I caught up with it as well after left the shop. Independence Day, of course,
definition of a summer blockbuster.
it is. So yeah, Will Smith ruled July 4th for is it 3 or 4 years? He did what's it, Bad Boys, then this, then Men in Black, but then Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West.
And that still made money. It wasn't good.
It was, yeah. It he bought it, people in to watch it, but yeah, it wasn't any good.
This movie always pissed me off because when this movie came out, I had a computer at home, and for whatever reason, I could never get a fucking mouse to work with it. Like, it would never read as compatible. So when he jumps up onto this fucking alien spaceship and just plugs his laptop into it, I was like, "Oh, fuck you, Jeff Goldblum, and your goddamn laptop!" Like, I was always livid about that. Now, like, I can watch it and not be so mad about it because I can Bluetooth and connect to things. But I remember
yeah, it
when
was,
this
like,
came
ridiculous.
out,
You
I was
could not-
like, "Get the fuck out of here!" So,
had no plug and play back then. You had to install the driver, then point to it, and then hope the device would work.
yeah. And this one, he just like somehow ends up on an alien mothership and just like USB drives.
I'll just plug
into-
this in.
Right. So,
But yeah,
I mean, it would have been funny to see like 5 minutes in the movie of him downloading drivers for.
Hang on, we need to go to Radio Shack for a floppy disk.
Yeah.
But yes.
Ian, you're right. The practical effects are pretty good.
and
in this.
digital combined. Yeah,
Yeah.
worth a treat. That stupid dog show well when it's jumping away from the explosion and the fire doesn't come with it. Yeah,
The
Mr. Dan
amazing
Horror.
welcome to Earth scene. So
Yeah, they gave the aliens a computer virus. Somehow, yeah, he had time
Yeah.
to program a virus to their alien fucking software.
yeah, I always found that even when it came out, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it's a popcorn movie. I mean,
It is.
like I said it
Well,
earlier, like
well.
you have to decide how much shit you want to put. Like, just say yeah, whatever. To this is one of those movies you have to just kind of say yeah, whatever, and move on with it. So,
Hands up, I don't even mind the sequel. I know not many people have even seen it, but
I've seen it. I don't remember much of it, so
it
must have been good.
is over the top, is what it is.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Okay, surviving the game then.
Gary Busey comes back.
More Ernest Dickinson and more Boosie, yes.
Yes.
It's just the first Rutger Hauer and Ice-T. I only saw this for the first time properly this year or last year, I think.
So this movie was one of the movies that kind of inspired us to start a podcast on our side. So
Right.
it's massively underappreciated, and it holds up surprisingly well. So
It does. It's got some great action.
and yeah, and it's totally I feel like it's a summer movie because it looks warm where they are. That's about it. So it's got nothing to do with anything other than that. So,
Oh, there you go.
but
Watched this yesterday, and Josh
Good
has not
choice.
seen it.
so
Ridiculous underrated. There you go. But yes, it is. I think Hard Target got there first, but this is probably the better film. Not as crazy or as fun, but
I don't know. Hard Target has that scene with Brimley coming out of the
Oh,
fire
yeah.
on his like horse, which is pretty great. But it's a different vibe, and this is one of those humans hunting human films, and it's one of the ones that does it better than most. So
yeah, there's been a few over the years because Hard Target 2 for a start.
yeah, there's a bunch of them. I can't think of them all, but this one, I don't know. Ice-T is good in it, like really entertaining in it.
Yes.
And this was when he was still. I don't remember if this is his first or second movie. It's early in his acting career.
Yeah, 'cause, well, Breaking and Breaking 2.
Yeah, well, there's those,
But he
and
was only singer in those. So.
yeah, well, those were better when the girl from Ninja 3 was doing ninja stuff, but whatever. That's a different conversation. And then yeah, Rutger Hauer and Gary Busey this movie is just
Yes.
5 guys who can put the most scenery in their mouth and chew it. That's most of what this movie
Yeah, you got
is.
F. Murray
So,
Abraham as well, William McNamara. It is a hell of a car, Chauncey McGinley.
yeah. McGinley's doing his like best Jesse Ventura impression through the entire time.
Even
he's
for
not
that
in the
picture,
movie.
he looks just like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Until he's not in the movie anymore. And then it's like, well, I guess he's not Jesse Ventura anymore. So
Yeah, there we go. Very recommended, of course. Die Hard with a Vengeance, as was mentioned earlier. And
So
Summer in the
here's-
City.
another hot take. This is my favorite of the Die Hard franchise.
I can't believe it. I do love this one. I do. It might be equal for me. Which one I watch?
The buddy story between him and Sam is what
Yes.
puts it over the top for me. I
That is
like
the-
him
they have
having that
such great
foil
chemistry,
there.
was it?
So
Their third films together, but this is the first they've acted together.
yeah, and this one, I don't know. It feels like I shouldn't say it moves quicker. Like I think 2 is kind of a letdown in comparison to what bookends it. Like 1 is fantastic, but I like that they kind of got over some of the dumb shit. Like, okay, they gave him shoes and they let him keep them through the whole movie. All that type of stuff. I love that he's fighting off a hangover through the whole movie.
Yes. Yes.
And the scene when they shoot Bruce Willis out of the sewer drain and just I don't know why I laugh my ass off every time I see it. I know it's coming and I still laugh
Yeah,
at it.
it is great. But yeah, it filmed in New York, which is a bonus. I know probably some of the scenes were outside, but yeah, as
expensive.
it went on.
So-
But yeah, they filmed in all the districts they were supposed to be in.
Yeah, this is, as far as action movies go, this is way up there for me. So
Yeah, the days on the plane seems silly now on the second one.
yeah, for sure.
This is a fun one. Yeah, their relationship. That's why they. I'm trying to think what they did later on. Did they?
Well,
make
they
one-
did Pulp Fiction after this.
Yeah, and
Or
then
was that before?
Unbreakable.
Yeah. Yep.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
They're not really like Unbreakable, they are, but they're not really like acting against each other in Pulp Fiction. I don't
No.
even know if they have a scene together in
I was
Pulp
just trying to
Fiction.
think, do they actually meet in the film? I don't think they do.
They might, but if they do, they don't really do a whole lot together. So
But yeah. And the last Die Hard movie that wasn't a fan fiction. But yes, it was a.
I do like the fourth one. Like it's okay, but I get
okay,
what
yes.
you're saying.
I do. There is only 4 technically.
Yeah, the Russia one is just fucking terrible. So
How do you fuck up a Die Hard?
you send him to Russia and have Bruce Willis not be the main character.
Yeah, his son is. Yeah. But then we get the Warriors. This is
So
a
again,
weird film.
it is a weird film, but it looks hot and grimy. I absolutely love big cities when they're depicted like in the 70s, 80s, and even early 90s, where everything just looks like it's covered in garbage and filth. And
It's like
this
Escape
is
from
like,
New York.
yeah, this is like the definitive, like everything is filthy and everyone is going to kill you type movie.
Yes.
And I also love how much like effort they put into giving all these different gangs their like gang clothes or little outfits that they wear.
Like,
It's ridiculous, and I
looking
fucking
back,
love
it's
it. So,
ridiculous, but
yeah.
when it came out, it was the coolest thing you'd ever seen. Like
you got Dexter's dad in there running around, and you know,
yes.
so
Yeah, it's got no cast this year. Directed by Walter Hill.
yeah,
Based
the only
on a
guys that
novel.
are really in it, and I don't even know. There, like I said, there's James Renner or whatever,
That's
Dexter's
his name,
dad, and the dude from Commando that he throws over the cliff is in this,
Yeah,
and that's about all that I
Sully.
really
I'm
remember.
trying to think of the actors now.
Yeah.
Sully. Yes, the director's cut for some reason has the random animation bits that really take you out. Wow, they do
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I could do without the animations too.
Yeah.
So
Gambit's here. Good evening. Yeah, old school vintage movies. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's the newest film on this list? Do you think, is there any this millennium? I don't think there is.
Probably. Well, Jackass Forever came out in.
Okay, Jackass Forever. I guess
so
2009 for us. The
For
Friday
the-
the
yeah.
13th remake.
yeah, there's that.
But yeah, by the look of it, they're all 80s and 90s. Apart
Yeah,
from my
for the
old
most part.
70s and 60s ones I built up. But yeah, it's like
That makes sense though. Like I think a lot of times when you associate something with like a season or with a time of year or whatever,
yeah,
you're gonna go back to what you grew up watching at that time. So like we're all adults now. Like we have to go to fucking work. So you don't really associate what you
yeah.
see
I'm
now
indoors
with
all
like
day
what-
with the sun's out.
yeah,
can't
like
go and play.
now like a movie is mostly just like an excuse to ignore reality. Like it's I don't know. It makes sense to me. Like, and it'd be interesting if there was someone who was like 20 years younger than either of us, what they would be saying. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting what they go. Because my son doesn't watch films. He's 11 now. He doesn't watch films. He's seen the Mario
Okay.
movie a few times, Sonic movies a few times,
the
and
Dennis Hopper one or the new one?
we did watch that quite a long time ago. But yeah, he's not interested in that one.
He should be. So it's not
Yeah.
good, but he should
No.
be. So
He doesn't. Yeah, he's the YouTube generation.
yeah.
Shorts
Meatballs.
and reels.
There we go.
But Meatballs, I did think about Ernest Goes to Camp. But,
This one's a little more fun, a little less.
yeah.
Ernest didn't get fun until he had like a troll from Killer Clowns from Outer Space chasing him around.
reused
So,
models.
yeah. This one's fun though. If I remember right, is this the first movie with the glory hole scene in it, or am I thinking of a different? I'm thinking of Porky's. Different movie. I'm sorry.
It's Meatballs is the lesser Porky's, as Mike
Yeah,
says.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit more PG. I think I don't remember any nudity.
Yeah, like I said, I'm confusing it with Porky's. That's my fault. But it's
yeah.
entertaining. It's a good movie. So
There are four.
it's a summer
all
camp
related.
movie, but funny instead of murdery. So
Yeah, it's more of a SNL skits of a summer
Yeah.
camp, isn't it? They're all connected
Yeah.
together.
well, it's got Bill Murray and it has to.
And it's Bill
And in
Murray
this era, it has to
ad-libbing.
have that. Yeah. So
But yes, it is a good fun. But yeah, another camp film.
Mhm.
But with lovely ladies.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that movie. So it's entertaining. It's kind of like Great Outdoors. It's easy to put on and just
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
have on.
yeah.
So
You want to feel like summer if it's winter, put that on.
for sure.
But Repo Man as well, you've gone for.
So not a horror movie this time.
No.
But
People
a very
melt, but
yeah, but not in a horror way. It's a sci-fi way. So this is another movie I feel is really underappreciated. I think because it's got a Brat Pack kid in it, people kind of look over
Yes.
it. But this movie goes hard as shit in it too. It's got a killer soundtrack on it, and it's kind of a weird idea, but it plays really well. And it's one of those like 80s movies where it feels like the director was kind of figuring something out, and it has warts in it for sure. But it's a fun movie that's just got this like gnarliness to it that I dig. So
you're never sure what's going on.
never completely no. It's kind of like the trunk is like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, but green
Yeah.
instead of gold. So
It's not like Tarantino would borrow something.
No, never. Not like his entire career. I like Tarantino, but let's be realistic. Like every idea that he's put into film is like something that's been done before. It's just got his paint on it. So
Oh, I've only seen some of it, but I've heard good things, says Ian. It is worth checking out. Indeed. I think there was Repo Men and Repo Girl as well, but
Repo Men was the one with
oh, that was unrelated, wasn't it? It was
yeah, it was the one with the shit. British dude.
yeah, I'm trying to think of his name now.
It's in the Sherlock Holmes movies, dude. Judd Law? No.
Jude Law.
Jude Law.
Yes.
Jude Law.
That's it.
Yeah.
Repo Girl is made by Alex Cox, but it's a it's Jude Law everyone's showing us.
Yeah. That one the Jude Law one was like just okay, and I never saw Repo Girl, so
there you go. Amen to John. Someone that shares his ideas on Tarantino. Yeah.
Again, I like him, but he does borrow everything from somewhere. So
yeah, music, everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Score. Nothing safe. Weekend at Bernie's. Look at that. It's got Sandancy on the poster.
I mean, it's just a fun movie. It's
It's
got
from
a
the
dead
director
guy,
of First Blood.
and what's that?
It's from the director of First Blood.
Okay, sure. I
I
didn't realize that.
I'm not sure. Someone will tell me.
Yeah.
But yes.
I like both these movies, 1 and 2. I think they're both just good slapsticky comedies. So
That is true. They're totally different films.
for sure.
Because, they bring in
2
back.
is dramatically dumber than 1.
It is.
But they're both entertaining for what they are. So.
Yes, you'll have a good laugh. Say, what the fuck is going on in this second film?
I
But
love
yeah.
it. No point in either one of these movies does anyone realize that this corpse smells like a corpse. So
Yeah, see, yeah. He's seen Weekend at Bernie's 2, but hasn't seen the original 2 was weird. Yes,
it is
was.
weird.
With
Yeah.
the fucking voodoo man. Bernie was the dick psychiatrist in Friday 7. Yes, he was. Terry Kaiser.
Yeah, more or less. So, but he's good as a dead guy, I guess. So
Yes, that takes some talent.
for sure.
The,
That probably wouldn't be the easiest role to be, just to be lifeless for an entire film.
Don't react to anything happening and
Right.
just go limp. But then you get Roadhouse.
I mean, the ultimate bar beat 'em up.
Yeah.
It's not even like from a narrative standpoint that good of a movie. It's just
No,
a bunch of dumb hillbillies fighting Patrick Swayze, and I'm fine with that. So.
Yeah. Came out on VHS. I watched it and I wasn't a fan, but then years later I rewatched it and realized what I was missing.
Yeah, I hate the remake. The remake is fucking stupid. But
I did enjoy it. It was like they're just stitching the action together. You can see it where they like throws this guy and then in the same movie fighting this guy, but then you can see the stitching they did.
well, Conor McGregor's such a dipshit too. The
Yeah,
fact that
that
they
doesn't
gave
help.
him a leading role in a movie, but this one is again, the remake proves this. You couldn't make this movie in another era. It'd have to be between 1980 and like 1999 to make this an entertaining movie. But the fact that this movie came out in 19 whatever, I don't even know off the top.
think it's
80.
8.
I was gonna say 6, whatever.
It's definitely around them.
Yeah. So mid 80s movie. It's great. It's fun. It's 100% a movie. Don't go into this expecting like, Shakespeare.
Yeah,
But-
it's not even that action packed until like
No.
the last 10 minutes.
But it's entertaining as shit the whole time.
It is.
So
And it does have some TNA.
and it's the kind of movie where it takes place it's like you just kind of want to be there. Like you kind of want to be in this environment, just kind of being a fly on the wall, watching all this chaos going on. So
Yeah, because Swayze is so cool. He's got the mullet and the jeans and those
Oh, for
cowboy
sure.
boots.
yeah, kicking boots and all that. So yeah, it's great. So a lot of scenes of him doing like karate and like meditating in the sun.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah, I don't know if you don't like this movie, that's fine. But I'd question like what your idea of fun is if you can't watch this movie and just turn off the brain and enjoy it for
Well,
an hour
exactly.
and a half.
It's only
or whatever,
90 minutes,
so,
if that.
yeah.
So yeah,
So-
you're not gonna miss it. But the sequel,
yeah, not great. So,
no. Swayze's character's killed off screen between
Right.
films, and it's his son, who's a FBI agent that goes.
It's like
back to work
Halloween
in a
4,
bar
but
in
with
Florida.
Roadhouse. So
Not worth it. But yes, it does have the man himself, Sam Elliott.
That's
Not enough
true.
in it, but
The Stranger. So
there's it. That's the dude. Okay, Grease is the word. Summer loving. You heard at the beginning. But
am I wrong that I like the sequel more?
Yes.
I love Shooter McGavin, and I love the reproduction song that's in the sequel.
That is a good
both-
song. I will give you that.
So this one's fine. This is one of my wife's favorite movies, so I have no like real argument with it. Maybe that's a negative because she wants to watch it, and then I have to sit through it. But it's John Travolta at arguably his best. So
It is, yeah. He's got the looks and the moves and the song and the voice. Oh, I'm moving on. Oh dear, yeah. And your comments.
I don't know which one I said that upset him, but
I think it was Grease 2.
oh,
Well, I think
sorry.
Michael Myers said yeah to Grease.
That's fair. So
And there you go. Everyone's choosing songs from the sequel. Cool writer. I don't mind the sequel; it's pretty good fun. But yeah, I just had the double album which I got on vinyl here, and I just played the hell out of it. That's mostly the music I like about the first one.
I think with that kind of movie, the music has to be what catches you because the movie's fine, but like without the music, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
be
would be
nearly
perfect.
as fun. So
Yeah. Definitely, that is
Yeah.
true. But yeah, of course, it starts with her summer holiday and a summer romance, and then back to school.
yeah,
But there you go.
I have one of the Pink Ladies jackets upstairs. So
You have, or the wife has?
both. We got them at a Halloween store here. We were both Pink Ladies for a
I
Halloween.
think
So.
my wife's got a Pink Ladies jacket, but a faux one from a it's
Yeah.
a Halloween.
Oh yeah, ours is like super cheap. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I have to do Grease again and what to wear it. Oh yeah, Saturday Night Fever is a better film over Grease. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
that's fair. So
Oh yes, you stopped the vid. We won't get about this. The Miami Connection.
I was gonna say if you like Champagne and Bullets, this is the other movie for you because
Yeah,
well,
and vice
there's
versa.
actually one other one too that's kind of right in this vein. But this movie's just, if I remember right, it's got a similar story to New York Ninja where the footage was just kind of like never put out, and then Vinegar Syndrome gave him $50 and put it out, and
Yeah, made 'em
it's fucking amazing. So,
Oh,
it's trash cinema at its most entertaining. So
it's people had a mission to make a film, an action film from the 80s, and they did with ninjas and rock and,
guitars and yeah,
a band.
Daryl Hall Notes cast offs.
I don't think I can read the text; is too small. But yeah,
yeah.
Richard Park is mentioned a lot, but yeah, it's one seen to be believed.
It's 80s action trash, which I'm a horror guy first, but trash action is like a close second because it's I'm not talking about good action. I'm talking about like movies like Champagne and Bullets, Miami Connection, another one that's coming up in the next couple mentions here. When you can do like a stupid action movie that's just like schlocky and ridiculous and violent and has some boobs and has some like insane like roller coaster ride of emotion to it, let's go. I'm all for it. And you're in and out in like an hour 20 minutes, and
Yes, it's not long.
You very rarely come out going like, you might not come out thinking, oh, this is like a great film, but you're not going to leave it like, well, I wasn't bored. So
Decisions you can question.
yeah, well, sure, but that's life, right? So
But yeah, it's it's another one that's, I think it's hard to come by, isn't it? Is it another one that's expensive but not as expensive?
physical copy, yes, but this one stateside, this one's on Tubi like every other month, so you can
Aha,
find
there
it
you go.
streaming pretty easily. So I don't know if it's on there right now, but it's on there a lot. So
Yeah, that poster is not doing that fat guy any favor. Is he wearing a mask of his own face?
the poster doesn't do him any favors, but it does me a lot of favors because the second I saw him, like, I need to watch this. So
Well, yeah, they knew what they were doing with that poster. The pink,
for
and
sure.
the blues, and the action, the motorbikes, and
It's Miami Vice, but R-rated. So
So we got Jurassic Park. If
yeah.
Jaws was
Again,
a summer blockbuster in the 70s, Jurassic Park did it in the 90s.
I it's not one of my it's up there, but this is, in my opinion, one of the best of its genre, period. The only argument would be Jaws, and you're just talking Spielberg versus Spielberg at that point. And it really
Yes.
just comes down to, do I want dinosaurs eating people or do I want a shark eating people? That's really where the difference is. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And it's the build up of the characters that all the sequels seem to forget about.
well, there's that. There's a lot of things. The sequels, I like the majority of them. I liked them up till whichever one had the like clone human in it. So
That
I
was,
guess
Fallen Kingdom. That was,
I did. That was the last
That
one.
was
I
tough.
haven't watched the last two. But like 2 and 3 have their moments that are fine. Like at the end of the day,
it's just a monster movie.
yeah. And 2 is basically a Godzilla knockoff, and then Jurassic World is essentially just a reboot of this, but like
Yes.
with 2020's paint on it, and it's okay for what it is.
It is okay for what it is. I do enjoy that
Yeah.
one. 3 has 2 monster movies, but yeah, they're not on the same level as this one.
This movie, I had the fun. This came out in '93. I was 10 when this came out,
Okay.
and I probably saw this about 15 times that summer in theaters. So I just kept going, but I made my sister go. My sister's about 10 years older than me. I made her go, and she does not like anything even the
Oh.
least bit scary, like at all.
Okay.
The scene where the raptor comes through the like power cables or whatever, she literally screamed and pissed herself, and I feel very accomplished about that. So
It's a PG.
yeah, but yeah, this movie is. I have much love for Jurassic.
Yeah.
So.
Technically, it's a masterpiece, isn't it, as well? Which helps.
Yeah, and you talk about effects aging well, like
Yes.
the marriage
is that
of
better than others?
CG. I mean, aside from what they show a Linux system to be, which I was like, that's not a fuck, whatever.
It wasn't.
Right. And you can't just pick up a Linux system and be like, oh, I know this. Like,
Yeah,
do
you
you?
need a keyboard and a lot of text.
Right. But regardless, that scene aside, this movie just holds up flawlessly. So
Yeah. I saw it midnight showing back in the day. Bought tickets in advance. So yeah. Couldn't wait to
whenever
see it.
we still go see it when they re-release it. We saw it at a IMAX, like a giant IMAX, like one of the like
Nice.
actual IMAX ones, which I think it was like $30 a ticket to go. I was like, I don't care. I want to see this on that screen. Like that's gonna be fucking cool. So yeah, it's definitely worth every penny that I've pumped into giving this movie money back. So
Yeah. So Michael Crichton did his most of the screenplay and John Williams music. You got Phil Tippett doing special effects and
Jeff
Dean
Goldblum making his first
Dundee is
appearance on this
cinematography.
second appearance.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, it's all there.
yeah. It's Stan Winston doing the effects in this one, if I remember right.
Yes,
Isn't
he
it?
did the
So
Stan
yeah.
Winston doing the effects. I don't, is he mentioned on the poster?
he should be. So
He should be, yeah. Everyone knows. Oh yeah, there he is, right in the middle. I can't
Yeah.
read for shit.
So.
Yeah, definitely holds up for the. It's just
Yeah.
it's just the first 3, Jurassic Park films. This was the T2. We got this.
Yeah, I would agree
30-something
with-
years ago.
I would
Because they
agree with
mixed
that. That's been
physical and
downhill.
digital
Yeah.
back then. That's the missing ingredient.
For sure.
Right. There we go. Then we got to Hard Ticket to I, which is tomorrow night's film on my channel. But yeah,
I noticed that you have this posted behind you too, so I know that someone else
Coming
has seen
soon.
this beside me. So this is the third movie that, if you like Champagne and Bullets and you like Miami Connection, this is up your alley, because
but this one has the better tits.
this one has a lot of tits. So this movie is all tits and gunfights. That's all this movie is. So, and that's what Andy Sedaris is. This and Malibu Express, which I don't remember if that's the
I got
first
the
or
12
the second.
disc box, 12 film box
Yeah.
discs.
It's just TNA to perfection with gunshots, ridiculous frisbees, and
Yeah, frisbees.
skateboards and blow up dolls.
Yeah,
So,
blow up dolls, missile launchers.
yeah. This movie is just super fucking.
But this
fun.
is the thing. I think only Malibu Express might be the only one that came out in the UK.
Mhm.
The others, some of the 90s one might come straight to video, but I did not know about Andy Sedaris until I started this channel about 5
Oh,
years
he's
ago.
garbage, and I love him. So
So of course I had to get the box, the 12 films on disc.
yeah, this is a hell of a lot of fun. This one right here. So
Yeah, it's got the best opening titles. All these box crates with the names of people on. Must have taken ages to do that, but yeah, and tits. The first
basically, if
two
you're a
sets of
woman
tits
in
in
this
10
movie,
minutes.
if you're a woman in this movie, you're going to be naked at some point.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's like, there's one showering outside when she comes off a mission, and then in the later films they've done a mission. Get in the hot tub with your top off.
yeah, for sure.
You're back from a mission, you go and get in the hot tub. You come going on a mission, get in the hot tub.
Yeah,
Or
this
have a shower.
movie again. This is another one. The only reason it feels summery is because it's in Hawaii, so it's nice weather.
It's
That's
very
really
sunny.
it.
They do go to a beach and then
Yeah.
get the tops off. But yeah,
For sure, instantly. So, yeah, it's just, again, it's ridiculous, but it's in trash action movie. That's all it is, and it's great.
had
So,
probably a better made than Champagne and Bullets and Miami Connection.
I mean, I don't know if it's a better narrative than Champagne and Bullets, but
It's
it's
not bad,
definitely
yeah.
better.
It's
It doesn't
more
have any
competent
shimmy shimmy
makers.
slide in it. So
but yeah, let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, it's in YouTube apparently. No, I'll have to check that out. If it's cut, it might be cut on YouTube. Yeah, Mike's kind of movie. So Darius films are pretty entertaining. Yeah, he knows exactly what the lads wanted.
oh yeah, he's not trying to hide it. He's not acting like he's,
But yeah,
again,
all
he's
his
not
films,
doing Shakespeare. So
because who's in this one? Donna Spear is in 7 of his
Right.
films after this one, which is her first. And then usually the ladies are like Playboy or Penthouse Pets. So
yeah,
someone
for sure. It's very typical, like 90s big tits, bush, like high waisted, like G strings, all that. So
It is. It's very entertaining.
100%, all for it.
But then the sadly lack of tits, but it's all right. Is Terminator 2.
This is one of my all-around favorite, all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't say a bad thing about this.
the only thing I can say negative about it is that we had Terminator 3 plus all the other ones after it, because I feel like Cameron did so much to wrap this movie up and have this be the end of the Terminator movies. And I like some of the stuff that came after that. Like that's all hit and miss, but this movie is like, from a narrative standpoint, a writing standpoint, and like how the story that he tells, I feel like he went so far to tell a complete story and like end this franchise right here in a satisfying way. And then they're like, yeah, but money,
Yeah, so what is it? One's Terminator 3, Salvation. What's next?
So Rise of the Machines. I don't know what order they're going.
yeah,
There's
3,
Dark
yeah.
Fate.
Genesis.
There's the TV show.
Dark Fate. Yeah, so
The TV show is actually pretty good.
I did like the TV show. It's a damn shame
yeah.
it left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And again, Terminator 3 has its moments. I like Arnold with the boombox coffin and the Gatling gun. That's kind of entertaining. I actually like the Christian Bale one, even though that's half screaming and half Terminator movie, but I thought that was okay. And I haven't seen Dark Fate or some of the newer ones that came out.
Right.
So they got the one with the dragon girl.
all
Yeah,
right as
Genesis.
Sedaris movie without the tits, but yeah,
Yeah.
apart from that. Oh yeah, there you go, another top 10 for him. T3 had tits. Did it though? She got her hair down, I think. So the lovely Christina Loken. I don't know if there's any other. tits in
It was much, much, much worse.
One of our favorites. There you go. Yeah. This and Jurassic Park. What was it? 93. This was it 91 for this?
Yeah.
So this was
91 or
the
92, something like
summer,
that.
Yeah. And then that's when you had cinema. People went to the cinema that year.
Edward Furlong peaking at like the earliest time in his career. So
Yes. Just plucked off the arcade literally and then put in this. And it was the first $100 movie. Yeah, and they were worried it wouldn't make a profit back then. It's hard to believe that now, but yeah.
this one shows its the CG side of it a little bit more when you watch it now, especially if you watch a new cut, like a Blu-ray cut or a 4K cut.
Yeah,
You can see it more
as well, yeah.
But even when you can see the like clearly digital side of it, it still looks better than like so much other shit that's come out in the last like 5-10 years. So
yeah,
I would take this movie over anything in the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah,
just from a looks standpoint every day.
Yeah, the early stuff I like. Marvel before Disney got it, but yeah, it's still this is still better.
Yeah, for sure.
So where do we go from here then?
Probably more Arnold. So shocker.
It's let's party.
It's
It's,
another one of my favorite like Arnold movies, and again, it looks like it's warm there, and he's running around shirtless and sweaty for most
Yeah,
of the movie.
he goes on a beach
Yeah.
to dress up.
Clearly a summer movie. So.
Yeah, obviously, must be a summer movie then. Yeah, it's in LA as well, so it's always sunny there.
And I don't know why this is the movie that I most associate Arnold Schwarzenegger with, and he's got a lot of movies that I love. Like was this the third or fourth one that's on this list, something like that? He's got a lot of them that are bigger movies than this. This is the one when people say Schwarzenegger, this is the one that pops in my head first. So,
yeah, I love. Come on, I can watch this. It's 80 something minutes as well, isn't it? And then
yeah, it's quick, it's easy, it's ridiculous. You know.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, peak cinema. This is the last of mine, so I think we're getting close. If not,
Oh yeah,
so.
we're a few away now.
So.
Definition of any action. I know it's ridiculous how great this film is from what it's made.
And it's not like a huge budget movie. Like it's not like a Fast and the Furious movie or something now where it's like $5 billion and you have to make
this
10
probably
billion to
made
get it
3
back.
million, 4 maybe,
Probably something like that. Yeah. So
and then
one of that goes to Arnold, and the rest is everything else. So.
Yes. So you got my
second movie to feature the Sherman Oaks Galleria in a row. So
and Arnie back in the Sherman Oaks and at the Beverly Hills Cop mansion.
Yeah, for sure. No, just everything about this movie. This is one of the easiest movies I could put it on, or I could pick it up at any point in the movie and just leave it on and be totally content. I love this movie.
Yeah, and it's like so many quotes, like silent and smooth, just like always. You know what I like best? That Bryce. Good place. Slash.
It's almost like it invented. It's almost like it invented the one-liner. My one-liner that I used from Arnold came from the last movie, though. So,
yeah, but yeah, if you need cheering up, just put Commander one
for sure, 100%.
But a summer film. I was very surprised by this. I don't know if
I was surprised. I was the one who put it on my. Well, I didn't put anything on my list that you had on your list.
Okay,
so that's part of it. But this is just a fun movie. So
it is. It does go dark, but it it is a fun summer film.
I mean, dark is what it needs. It's got people dying in summer. What else do you need? And summer is right in the title. It has to be, spoilers. I think you know. So I'm trying to remember who's in this now because I haven't watched this.
I was going to say I was just about to look it up. I thought to get any details.
We got Graham. I'm going to fuck all these up. Graham Verchi, Judah Lewis, Corey.
Brett.
Yeah,
I'm going to fuck all these mothers up.
I don't know any of these fucking people.
I don't think. Yeah, I think they were before.
Bunch of kids.
So. Yeah, just a bunch of kids. That's probably why it's so good that they were.
Yeah,
probably real kids rather than actor kids. But directed by.
I mean, this is a modern slasher, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, they often miss the mark. This one seems like it kind of got what it was supposed to be more than a lot of them. And I'm someone who will nitpick the shit out of movies that are modern and try to go back to the 80s. Like, I don't know if you've watched that new Prom Queen movie that's on Netflix.
Yeah, that one was trying too hard.
Well, it's like, why does this feel like they're at an 80s themed party instead of in 1980, whatever it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's
this
definitely,
one,
it was that. It was like,
yeah,
nothing about it was natural.
Well, the only thing they didn't do, thankfully, that would have fucked it up more is they didn't have them all have cell phones. But this one got the majority of it. Like, I felt like this one was more right in line for where it should be. So,
yeah. I'm trying to look up what the other people. It's got 3 directors. Yeah,
of course. So,
but yeah, they. I don't know if they're French or French Canadian, but there's not much information about them. But be interesting to look. But yeah, it's before Stranger Things, wasn't it? I think this came out, and it's probably better.
I mean, that's not saying much to me. I watched the first season of Stranger Things. I did like it, and then I just have never gone back. So,
exactly.
And now they're like all they're supposed to be in elementary school, and they're all like 37 going into the school. So
Yeah, season 5 coming soon. Let us have Linda Hamilton, but that's still, like you say, they look really old now. And no.
I like Stranger Things more because it gave me a really good Santa than because it gave me a really good Stranger Things season. So
yeah, when modern movies try to fake the 80s. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Was it Totally Killer? Have you seen that one?
I did. I kind of liked it. I hate that. So I hate that they brought the movie Back to the Future into that universe. If they didn't put that in there, I would have liked it a lot more. But they made the killer's mask kind of look like Beavis or Max Headroom, and I like that.
Yeah,
So,
I wasn't sure who it's supposed to be, but yeah,
it's like somewhere between Beavis and Max Headroom. So
it was just off enough that they couldn't be
Yeah.
sued, I guess. Oh, he's
Right.
not a big fan of this. One of the directors did Turbo Kid. That is who I was just looking up. Yeah. Yeah, the first season was perfection. They should have ended it with that. Yeah, it did not need, because
That's fair.
the last episode of season 4 was like 5 hours or something, wasn't it? Or something ridiculous.
I know it had Metallica in it, and when I heard Metallica was in it, I pieced out. I was like, I don't fucking care. So
The normies
I
are
liked-
listening to Metallica now.
yeah, I thought as far as like modern movies that do like the throwback era, I didn't think the movie was that good, but I thought the Black Phone did a good job of making it look like the 70s. I think it was the
Yeah,
70s.
that did work. I didn't like the film itself, like you say, but yeah, the aesthetic
it
looked
looked
like a
good.
70s film.
Totally Killer was like okay with it. I
It
can't
was
think of
over the
another one.
top, but yeah, I think it was supposed
Yeah.
to be.
But I think it was supposed to be over the top.
Yeah,
which
like
is kind of a different
smoking in the
thing,
car,
too.
she gets out.
Yeah.
Like the-
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's a couple others that have come out recently that did like okay, but yeah,
yeah.
Prom
It's like
Queen
that
did
Prom
not do
Queen
it
just
well. So,
stung. It was so
yeah,
desperate trying to be 80s and
right.
right. But then we get 70s again. This one did it back in the 90s.
Yeah, and they did it better. So Matthew McConaughey being a fucking creep and Mia Jovovich,
Okay,
which
okay,
does she
alright,
keep her
alright,
clothes
alright.
in this one? I don't remember. So she usually
Yeah.
doesn't.
It doesn't say who's in it, does it? The useless
Well,
poster.
I know it's Mia Jovovich and Matthew McConaughey. I don't remember.
Yes, that's
past
all I
that,
remember.
so-
But it is the last day of school, so it's the summer of 76.
Yeah, this movie's fun. It's it's a stoner comedy. It's fun.
It's
so,
That's why Josh loves it.
right. Pairs well with Cheech and Chong movies. So,
It does. A lot of before they were famous in it. That's all I do remember.
that's usually a selling point for me too. So
That's it. Young Ben Affleck. I'm trying to think of
oh yeah, I forgot about him being in
Yeah.
that. So
when is not dubbed in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But, but then we get The Sandlot.
I kind of hate this movie. So
Oh, okay.
I don't like the redheaded kid who's all over my TV every Sunday doing TikTok dances before football games. I think he's a twat, and
Okay.
as being a twat as an adult has made me retroactively not like him as a child. So
Nice. Because it's called The Sandlot Kids in the UK. Not that I don't know whether that makes any difference, but yeah,
nah, it's him that I don't like, and that's kind of the reason. And
that's gonna help.
yeah, and it's also kind of in that like people love this movie so much that it doesn't live up. Hi, Gus. So sorry, dog's ready for dinner. So we're
See
almost
the
done.
bore on the screen.
It's one of those movies that's so like hyped up by people. They love it so much, and when it doesn't live up to those expectations, it kind of falls flat for me. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's not as great as everyone says and remembers, but yeah,
yeah.
it's just about. It's nice to see the kids playing outside.
That's true. That is a good thing.
Not that I did that. Like I said at the beginning, I stayed in watching movies and playing video games.
Ditto. I have to watch Sleepaway Camp 4. I don't have time to go play baseball. So
I got baseball here. Beep, beep,
Right.
beep, beep, beep.
none of that shit. So
I could get hurt.
right.
Goonies.
I mean, this is just fun.
It's,
Again,
yeah.
Spielberg again, but just fun. So
Yeah, I was trying to think. Is it because it's I know it's set in the the northwest of the US,
it's
isn't
like
it? So
Portland,
it's
isn't it?
Portland,
Something
yeah.
like that, or
So it's not as
Seattle or
sunny as-
something. No,
Until
but
the
I
end.
this is a kid adventure movie, which means they're not in school. At least I don't
Yep.
remember them being in school. So it's got to be summer, right? So
Yeah,
But
it's
no,
definitely
this
not winter. So yeah,
this is kind of like Gremlins. It's in that like if you grew up in this era, you probably love this movie. So
yep. That's a hell of a poster. Who's right at the end there?
oh, is that Data or whatever his name is, or
The date is in the
I can't
middle.
tell. That's probably Corey down. No, that's Corey at the front. So,
No, it's the girl with glasses.
yeah,
Because yeah, I gotta have Kerry Green,
right.
who was in Summer Rental.
They don't even look like they're actually holding on to each other's like limbs in that poster when you zoom
Yeah, I
in.
know
on it.
it's. I think it's a Drew Struzan one, but yeah,
Yeah,
the physics don't add up.
no, not at all. Corey would
Takes
have been honest. Corey
Yeah,
would have been
look
down for the count. So
Data's got the best view, but he's not looking. So Chunk's
Right.
having a look, but he can't see past Data.
you definitely don't want Chunk at the end of that fucking train. You want him near the front. So,
Well, yeah, see, he's 80s fat, which is not modern
Right.
fat, is he? So
no.
people think, he's not fat. But yeah, compared to today.
We've said that so many times about Shelly from Friday the 13th 3. Like people give him shit for being the fat guy. I'm like, he's like my ideal physique at this point. So
I wish I was as fit as him.
something to
But,
shoot
yeah.
for.
I don't have a electric scooter, so I think I'm all right.
Right.
But then, yes, the last film on the list.
Did this
It's
come out in
September.
summer? Because it certainly feels like a summer
It
blockbuster.
definitely feels like a summer film, but
Yeah, so-
I'll check. But-
Still has the best sword fight in the history of sword fights when he just shoots the fucking guy. And I know the story behind it. Doesn't matter. That
No,
they could have
it-
wrote that in and it would have been just as good.
Yeah.
So
The cinematography of the desert of the sunset and him taking his jacket off while the people are
Yeah.
slaving away. But yeah, looks awesome.
so
Uh,
I'm not convinced that Harrison Ford's a great actor, but he's fun in this. It's
Yeah,
got
Jill-
what's her face from Animal House in it. It's,
yes,
you
lovely
know,
girl.
It's a great movie. So
Yeah, June 12th, 1981 in the US,
it makes
and
sense.
July 30th, 81 in the UK. So not too far behind. Another time. It's midnight. It's what day is it? Saturday.
It's not midnight here. It's only like 7:00 here. So
Ah, see. We go hardcore here.
that's right.
It is the Howard the Duck font. That's true. Howard the Duck Indie stole it. But yeah, it's got epic posters, soundtrack, everything about this film is immense.
It holds up. The biggest. It's kind of like Terminator. That the biggest problem it has is all the shit that came after it. So
Yes, I keep forgetting. Dial of Destiny.
yeah, or the whichever one where he survives a nuclear blast by hiding in a fucking refrigerator. Like, I'm not a nuclear physicist, but I don't think that would work. So
No. As much as there's science problems in all the films, there's
Right.
a level.
well, again, it goes into that. How much am I willing to say? Like, yeah, whatever. So
When people's faces are melting off because of ancient spirits. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
that seems relevant.
that makes sense.
So-
Yeah, that's what
right. That's what spirits
magic would
do.
do.
So, yeah.
Yes, a strong female when they didn't need to smash us over the head with it. Like
That's true.
when they took him out of his own film and to have the terrible woman take over. This should be put in a museum because it's a national treasure. Exactly. Protect
It
this
might
film.
be on the National Film Registry here. I wouldn't be surprised by that. So
Yeah, because Terminator 2 and Home Alone are in it. So
yeah, I would think this is just as popular. So
oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely another Spielberg's blockbuster. So that's the fourth? No, third. I said
so you got
he's
Goonies, you got this, you got Jurassic Park, Jaws. Am I missing one?
I think that was it. That's
Yeah.
what I can think of right now.
It's right up there with Gary Busey appearances and Arnold Schwarzenegger appearances.
The Kings.
So that's
of
what
Summer.
we've learned here. The Kings of Summer are Gary Busey, Steven Spielberg, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
Yeah, three
with a
people
nod
making-
towards Jeff Goldblum because he popped up a couple times too.
He did
So,
pop up a couple, but yeah,
Yeah.
in supporting role.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, that is the last one on the list. Yeah, Donna did good. Yes, Spielberg produced it, and he was
Yeah.
on set a lot.
It's like saying that Toby Hooper directed Poltergeist. So,
I didn't. See, Last Action Hero was not really a summer feeling. I know it came out, but it was the big flop of the summer in '93. But
Last Action Hero for me, I was kind of past that like kind of movie. I was in a point where I'm like, I just want violence. I don't want like family friendly Arnold. So
that's why it went down.
I didn't see it till way later. So
and you still don't like it.
It's okay. So
it was the big summer film. It came out a week, I think, after Jurassic Park, and just disappeared in the wake.
I do remember when it came out, like it was hyped up like crazy. At least over here, it was hyped up a lot. Like it was everywhere.
They had inflatable on the Thames over here and stuff like that. And
I think they had Last Action Hero like Slurpees and shit like that over here and whatnot.
No, we didn't get that. But yeah, they had they were going to put it on a rocket and launch it into space, but the rocket was delayed by 7 weeks. So it was by the time it launched, the film had died a death.
That sounds right. So.
Yeah, I remember being disappointed even in T2 when he told him not to kill anyone. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, but I do like when he starts like maiming people. He's like, well, he'll live. So
yeah,
when he kneecaps that guard, and tells him he'll live, that's comedy right there. So
you bastard.
Right.
Right then. Yeah, he's got a list of films to hunt down. There we go. That's what we were here for.
Here to help. So.
But yes, don't forget to subscribe to the Dewey Pod Monster podcast.
We do stuff occasionally.
You do stuff.
So.
Yeah, if you like the stuff we've listed here, then you'll enjoy it. And ignore the pornographic film he's watching in the background.
Am I watching porn? What am I watching? I don't know what it is, but it's not porn. So
it's a good thing.
It's not sorority, slime ball, whatever anymore.
No, I thought that was
something else
saw,
now.
but yeah.
Last time we recorded, there were a bunch of tits back there, and I don't remember what that was either. So
could have been good ones.
I don't know. I just remember looking in my monitor. I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of tits behind me. That's probably
It's party now.
Right. I don't know what this is, but it's
looks
definitely not as good as sorority babes in the slime ball Bolorama. So
that's offensive.
Yeah. So
right, yes, as it's Sunday now, we're gonna wrap this up and say goodnight.
Still Saturday here. I'm gonna have another drink. So
gonna watch Braveheart instead of us. Look at that for 3 hours.
You made the right choice by listening to us instead of watching.
Yeah, we're much more interesting than Mel. Obviously. So. Although he didn't appear in the list, did he? No.
Mad Max could have been on there.
Yeah, that is a sunny film. But hard with the Australian film because they're always sunny.
It's true. It's kind of like California. So
yeah, like LA films, you could pick any of those.
Right.
Apart from 7. It's raining all the
time. That doesn't feel like a California film though.
Right. So yes, thanks for John for joining me. And then
glad to.
Until next time, Bird on a Wire feels summery. I'd say Air America feels summery to me, but yeah, that's because it's in the jungle. But there we go.
Could go on forever. Could go on for
exactly.
3 hours. So.
Yeah, we went on for 3 hours, just 51 films.
Right. Do you want me to break down more Friday the 13th movies? So.
No. You're right.
No,
I did consider Wet Hot American Summer, but I've only seen it once.
I thought about that too, but it's the same thing. Saw it once and that was it. So
yeah, I saw the TV series, I think, as well. But
yeah,
there's enough. If 50's not enough, then sod the lot. Thank you, Michael Myers. Some respect at last. Right. So thanks to John and thanks to me, and we'll say goodnight.
Cheers, guys.
Right. If I end this.
Bye. Ciao, Constable.
Ciao?
Ciao. That's a familiar Italian expression meaning goodbye.